Peace out to everybody in the building. If we could jump on that like button, share the video wide. I'm trying to get everything set up right now. Um, Dane about to debate this Black American. So let me get everything set up. Y'all jump on that like button and share the video out. Let everybody know that we live, and we get to it. All right. We missing 18 likes. Brother Lucius says no sound. I hope you hit the like button, brother. Yeah, I hope you hit the like button. As well as everyone else in the building. We about to get to it. We're gonna let a few more people pull in, and we're gonna turn up. While we waiting on a few more people to pull up and everyone to hit the like button, um, I do want they announced Spence versus Crawford today, and you know I think we need to go ahead and announce Big Chief versus Rob Bourne. Since we getting all of the good fights, we need to go and get these fights out the way. We don't need to waste no time, waste the people time, get the people what they want to see. They feel like Rob Bourne a gorilla, a titan. Well, he's one of their best over there. They can't go get their best. Their best already got knocked out. We got to take they second to best. So let's get in this ring. I'm more than ready. They've been making this fight 4 years. This fight right here been 2.5 years in the making. So it's enough of letting the people wait. I think we need to go in there, clash of the Titans, and I'm ready to represent. I'm ready to prove to the world that I'm the best that ever did this, and it wasn't even close. So I'm going for a knockout. Anything under that, then I lost. Yeah, if I don't knock him out, I lose. My rule, even if I point him all night, if I don't knock him out, I lose. Uh, we've been speaking about representation and accountability. I feel like America is the greatest. So when I get in that ring, I'm understanding that I have to live up to that greatness of America. And that's what I look forward to do. So Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence had to get on the phone. So that's what me and Rod gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get on the phone and get all of these janky promoters out the way. And we gonna have to, because that's what's holding this fight up. That's what it look like. All these middlemen who trying to get their hands on a bag. You know, we need to talk and decide our destiny. Do what we have to do to get this fight to the people. That's how I feel. And like I said, expect nothing but fireworks. If America is the greatest, I'm in representation of America, and I'm gonna be the motherfucking greatest, without a shadow of a doubt. While we get warmed up, get some more people in the room. before we get into the Dane debate, we're gonna go through a little. We're gonna watch these Moors punch it out. Now, I know I've been vocal saying, "Hey, man, I think that our Aboriginal brothers and sisters should, kind of, work together on far as what it means to be Aboriginal." I pull back because honestly, bro, I don't think they have complete ownership over it. So you can't be responsible what comes out of the next man's mouth. You feel me? So to be honest, there's always gonna be Aboriginal Moors, because that was a gateway, and they feel like they have territory. Where you have other people coming from other points of Aboriginal, so they're gonna have their own. Um, they're gonna have their own talking points. So, just with understanding to myself, man, I get it. You feel me? So to be honest with that, for the Aboriginal paradigm, I don't. You can't really kick the Moors out because the Moors feel like they have ownership and more ownership over it, um, than let's say like the Aboriginals with the Indian backgrounds, or whatever. So I guess it's just a part of understanding, the board. And after speaking with the Moorish brother the other day, that's what I come to realize. You really can't say, "Hey, y'all get it together on one thing." Maybe this side can do it, but there's already a side like for the Moorish brother. I can name a few of them who are not going to let that paradigm go because to them it's theirs. You feel me? More so than it is the Aboriginal Indians. So um, I guess it comes with understanding. So, but let's check them out.
Don't cut the brother off. Let the brother finish. I got it. My thing is, we use Prophet Noble Jali as the model and the example for what this movement, divine and national movement, is about.
Hey, y'all, let me know. Hey, let me know what the audio sound like. Let me know what the audio sound like.
We can say that, but we know through your words, acts, and deeds, if you're following the teachings of Prophet Noble Jali, like the person started cursing me out. Moore's not gonna get up there and start cursing you out, because that's not the behavior of a Moorish American. That's not a part of the quality of character of our nationality. Peace. All right, so may I add on to what Brother Stansill said? I just want to read some words from the Prophet, from Prophet Noble Drew Ali, which is what we are supposed to be standing on. Can I ask a question real quick before you go somewhere else with it? Christopher, when you say, I'm waiting on my button. Are you speaking from a national standpoint where all nationals are citizens, but all citizens are nationals? Like, or do you guys operate in a national perspective? And then you're saying you subscribe to citizen. You know what? You get what I'm trying to say?
Hey, is that better? The citizen is that better, family?
Is a member of a free juror society. That's the definition. And we're members of free juror society. We vote, we pay our taxes, we're citizens.
But you could have did all that without the Prophet.
Islam. See, the Prophet brought us.
You're doing everything that a regular black person can do.
Please tell him that again.
The Prophet.
Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Before you respond, hold on. I like what the brother said. You're right. That's what I'm saying. My thing is anything that you. Hold on, real quick. Anything that you do, it has to make sense. Like, what's the benefit? So, if somebody was a regular citizen, you're doing everything. Like the brother said, a regular citizen with a regular driver. Why would one?
Hey, let's get the likes up, family. We damn near 50 likes short. We almost 50 likes short. Let's get the likes up, family.
don't get. I met somebody who sat there and gonna quote the 40-year-old virgin, talk about if this dagger come out my sheath, it can't return without blood. Why? Because I had mentioned certain names and
to play games and stuff and try to. Hey, you breaking up, Amazon? You breaking up? Little people, but Moors are private. Go ahead, brother. No, yeah, let me ask you this. So you said, what country did you travel to and how did you get out the country? Easy. What country did I go to? You would call it Jamaica. I don't call it that, but you would call it Jamaica. When you went to Jamaica, how did you get to Jamaica? On a plane. And how did you get through TSA? Like my other brother said, there's procedures that you do before Moors that knows how to navigate. We already talked to these people ahead of time and let them, hey, I'm coming to get on such and such plane at such and such time. Okay, if you got a problem with that, write me back in writing, telling me you have a problem before I waste my time.
That is correct.
That's
absolutely correct.
That's how you handle that civilly, right? And the reason why you handle that is because we belongs to a nation. That's how that stuff you talking about is individually. Other nations, if I'm a Chinese, right? Before Chinese come to America, they're gonna send litigation and saying, hey, I'm coming to America. It's the same thing. So when you laugh, that show your ignorance. And when you laugh like it's a game, what I'm saying is if this was taught, right, holistically to everybody, it would become standard. That's why we need to go in a community or get a Morris city. That way you can see the culture, you can see the history, and you can see the power in this. Other than that, it's a game to you. Everything you say you could do, I don't did it as a Moor. And half of the stuff I don't did when I interact with these people, I don't need no paperwork. Half of the Moors know I lived in Pittsburgh rent free. I had the whole city saying Moorish American. That is on the record.
That is.
So let me say this to you, brother. See, I'm an Amazite. Yeah. Let me say this to you, brother. So,
hey, have y'all ever? Hey, I tell y'all, I say I'm the best that ever did it. But that's when my career is over with. Yesterday we were speaking about teachers. I don't put myself up there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand you're judging it against people with bodies of work for as careers, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You feel me? So for my love of the craft, I wouldn't put myself there yet, I'll wait till my career over with and see where the chips fall. So, but I'll be the first to say I don't know everything. I don't know what an Amorite is. Is he talking about the Amorites out the Bible? Somebody help me out. I'm familiar with the Amorites out the Bible. I don't know if that's what the brother means. That's what I'm saying. That paradigm, you hear some of the wildest things that yeah. So hey, brothers are Amorite. I wonder what his mom and dad is.
Because I get what you're saying. Mute it for me real quick because your background loud. You're right. What I do, it benefits me. And I understand the power of a nation and doing it properly. The problem is I can't unite with the Moorish nation because it's not set up properly. It's too much division. It's too much wickedness within the nation. It's not the leadership isn't. There's no. I don't. So I tell you what. Let's set it up. Just hear me out, brother. Hear me out.
What about the blacks?
You got the reason for me. So what I'm saying is yes. So because what I do when I have discussions like this, when I'm on Clubhouse, when I'm on the internet. I'm like, where my brother at? Where my spiritual brother at? Where my spiritual sister? We all just because they didn't really know the word.
Period.
Absolutely. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
That's exactly what Hassan is saying. Islam, brother.
And why would you say that, brother? Like, what is he doing to show you that he doesn't know the lessons?
because the lessons is really simple. It's not about clubism, because the need exists before the organization. The only reason that Prophet Noble Drew Ali established the Moorish Science Temple of America, because that was under the requirements of Lewis Lincoln Emerson, born 1863 from Albion, Illinois, that said, hey, look, I got y'all back. However, do it within this forum so you guys cannot be held under the statutes of everybody else as a federal agent of the United States of America, so that you guys can be able to do what you need to do for yourselves to bring your people back into the constitutional fold of government. And further past that, Rahm Emanuel in 2011 put in the House Resolution 6089 in the county of Cook, with the city of Chicago, speaking about who Moors are in our sovereign theocratic government, not sovereign citizen government, not sovereign private nation government, none of that, Joe. So y'all y'all not studying,
private,
bro.
right? Isn't that everything
Come
you
on,
just
man.
said is just putting it into the private?
Facts. He hit you with facts.
Come on, y'all. Right?
I want to talk to this.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna come back to that. I'm gonna get into this debate with Dane, because I know that's what the people came. I guess we'll wait to 30 minutes, man. We'll get 10 more minutes for the people to pull up. It's like an hour debate.
Are you the straw man then?
Yo, who asked that question? Cook with to it that all is clean. I didn't say it's anything about secrets, bro. I'm not talking about secrets. Must see, man. That's that Masonic shit he doing. Yo, look, must see to it that all is clean and in perfection as far as comfort is possible, or otherwise don't arrange to have his presence. All members.
B-Nose in the building, West LA. What's up with it? We're cracking with it, cuz. Shout out to the big homie. DJ Cut, I see you, man. Texas in the building. One time for the one time.
Should pay from 25 cents to 50 cents weekly towards the emergency fund. This fund will increase so that it will soon amount to the grand sum of $1,000. That is if you are loyal Moors. Loyal. You think that building and you showing up to your meetings is you protecting the temple and the prophet? You capping, bro. You on some dogma, bro. You on some trying to keep.
Didn't you just read something about your dues?
Bro. Do you know another way that you give dues? Just like when the brother was bringing up Jesus earlier, and you already know when the prophet goes in on them lessons, bro.
So are you saying it's no different than like when Jesus, when the being on his Jesus turned over the tables when they were basically like tithing, how preachers of the day have manipulated what tithing means?
Man, change it. Flipping over the money changes table is also when people take the prop.
Miss Alvarez the Turtle, what up, though? Miss Darling, let me tell you, don't you come here with that foolishness today. You've been showing out for the last couple of days, Miss Darling.
Prophets, literature, and they embezzle the faith, which is in the same book right before what I was just reading called The Prophet Has Spoken. And right there in the last paragraph, no finance.
Hey, DJ Cut, if you're still in the building, I had hit you back on the interview. I told you we can lock in if you got the green light. You know I'm rocking with Texas all day, man.
Books are to be served in any temple except by the prophet. The head of every temple must, by law, obey the word of the prophet. And if any leader or head of any temple fails to obey these laws, which they have demonstrated in front of 1.2K people, embezzlement is his charge and is subject to enforcement of the law of the grand body, which ain't gotta be somebody in some freaking building, man. If you got Moors out here that's actually doing what need to be done and making sure you, in order to change the people, you change their literature and you give them what they need. Hold on, 2 seconds. I have a Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. It's the last thing I'm gonna say. Hold on, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I have a Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, right? I got all the books, all the knowledge and the history. I don't charge nobody for Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. And I mean nobody. They can actually just I can give you the link now. I can go to my Google Drive, post it in the comments here, and everybody here. You laughing at a whole university thing though, but that's supposed to be your charge too, yo. Again, I should be stripping your ass. I should be stripping you. Stop that bullshit, bro. You want some bullshit.
Hey, Hassan, hold on. Let me ask this.
I never did for Maryland.
Hey, they say he sound like young Pharaoh. Hey, y'all see this guy, right? He's showing out, ain't he? This Morris brother, he is showing out. And I folded him up. That's the dude that I went up there and got him. He was clowning it with the mother Moors and everybody. He was showing out. And I went up there and that's why I dusted him out. Yeah, he got a smart mouth. He had a smart mouth. He just ain't have a smart brain because he ain't know which way them hoes coming from. he ain't know which angle them hoes coming from. All right, y'all. Let me see something. Let me try to do something real quick.
Wow. Hold on, Jante, why does that matter? Why did he have to let the temple?
Islam, if I can comment, Brother Omar.
Did I pronounce your name correctly? Is it Jante?
Islam,
Peace. Let's get it.
Islam, more. Now, I just wanted to comment on what the brother was saying. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a lawfully organization founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali for the uplifting of fallen humanity. So when it talks about the embezzlement of the faith, that's talking about members that have proclaimed their nationality within the organization. Embezzlement of the faith is Islam. The religion is Islamism. So the brother is associating things that Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought and taught for the uplifting of fallen humanity for his own motives, not the motives of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divine and national.
Right. Again, yo, you loud and wrong, bro.
Wow. He tried to slide them in there together.
Yeah, he on some bullshit too.
Get to the title then.
Yo, I just put the link in the chat, yo.
When did I get to the South?
Let me finish.
When did I get to the South?
Can I finish?
I didn't get to the South.
Then the brothers was talking about tribes. So you could call yourself what you want to call you, but Prophet, if you follow Prophet Noble Drew, I hear Prophet Noble Drew name all over the place on this. Nobody's talking about the names that he said that we were. He said that we are the L and the Bay.
I'm Hassan Ghazi Obey. Say it right there.
All this other stuff that these people is talking about, Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not bring it. When you talking about who Prophet Noble Drew Ali left, or who's following Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is a foreign entity out of the state of Illinois, out of county, the 1099 form affidavit.
That's false.
Not these people that's claiming sovereignty and all this. Allah is sovereign. And every nation of the earth follows a religion. Every nation is associated with custom and tradition. So these Moors don't want to follow the Prophet, and they don't believe in.
How you gonna be foreign on y'all at home? You foreign at home?
It's my time, Mo.
See, now you talking about you foreign at home, and that's the problem with the doctrine, brother. Like this young brother right here, whoever he's speaking Islam to that Moor, like he told him, brother, y'all have basically I keep hearing Noble Drew Ali name coming up. You even created a Noble Drew Ali University. None of the proceeds even going to his family. You created a Noble Drew Ali University and concocted your own curriculum that does not line up with what Noble Drew Ali left behind. You now adopted some American. You running around here talking about you and did an ownership of the land in America through an empire. You done concocted it, and now you talking about F the tribes. The tribes are made of, these are slave titles that we put on them, and they dropped the flag in the Revolutionary War, and you don't think people have a problem with that, especially when you're speaking on indigenous people, bro, who come from tribes and nations, who family shed blood, who family actually went through what happened here. Anybody can pull up my nation and see, nigga, we wouldn't know no lining up with the US or none of that other stuff, nigga. We bang. We were affected by the 7-year war. We were affected by the Indian Removal Act. For people out there like Moors or come from that paradigm, a lot of them like to say these things didn't happen. Well, they maybe they didn't happen to you. Or maybe that's what the history books say. But now people have their own stories and own realities in this history that happened that we're trying to rediscover. And so, yeah, man, that's dangerous, bro. You done took Noble Drew Ali, like the man, Noble Drew Ali was an author and everything. He left work. People, his words and what he left, that foundation that he built, you know, people have created a whole nother lane to it and even named it after him. I'm glad I caught him and put him on his back. But man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer. Where am I joining it? Yeah, so we'll get on to the debate with the homie Dane.
Came against him. Like I'm not gonna
But nobody came against them when they were Christians. The Christians never went against each other until they started creating their own denominations and their own beliefs.
But if you do read,
when they started detaching themselves from Catholics, when they started detaching themselves from the Catholics, that's when they started separating.
So wasn't it a Protestant against the versus the Catholics, and it's been going on?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. It's still the Protestants versus the Catholics. Yes, that's still happening.
Okay, and that's why I speak on just some of the things I speak on, because for the people who would be Protestant, and not just saying Protestant as in like what they got up on.
They are our enemies. The Protestants are the enemies. The Protestants are our enemies.
Catholic Church.
Hey, Turtle, Miss Aboriginal, when you say you just had if you just had, you said you had a meeting with who, Miss Turtle? Who you was talking about, Mama? Miss Aboriginal Turtle. That's a hell of a name. Who exactly you just had a conversation with? So if you can post the link. Man, Dane probably be in here. Shout out to Dane. Nah, man, that's my homie, man. Me and Dane, when we chop it up on the phone, bro, them conversations be, 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? We be building. Nah, that's the homie, man. He probably be in here on this night when the debate happened. He just popped in, he just pull up. Man, mostly everybody, bro, mostly everybody come tap in with me from there every now and then. I see some of everybody out the community, they'll come tap in with me. We gonna find a way to bring it all together. We're gonna find a way to bring it all together. Everybody rule their own sovereign, kingdoms, empires, and we figure out a way to bring it all together. That's what the ancestors want to see. So, we can't argue with them. We here to serve them. So, and the people. So, that's what the ancestors and the people want to see. And in my heart, I feel like it'll happen. So I'm trying my best to do my part.
Correct, of the Roman Catholic Church.
I wouldn't even consider it Roman, as of the Catholic Church, period. They are the enemies. Those are the ones that are called the illuminated ones. Those are the ones that are called the Illuminati.
So not going into scripture, but would you say that the Catholics, not taking the wrong part, but would you say that they represent Egypt in a biblical way, without you just saying that you believe in this one and that one? Because I know
some of them believe in the skull and bones.
Okay,
But see,
then.
keep in mind, when the Protestants broke off, that's what they took with them and said, all right, we're going to make our own version of this. None of them was sticking really to their, original Christianity beliefs, except for the Catholics and the Jesuits. Everybody else ventured off, especially the Protestants. The Protestants wanted to do their own way of living, their own tradition, besides, what normal Christianity or normal Christians would do. And here they are now. They running the government. They running, high position, elite positions. They up there. And they working with the Jesuits right now.
Now, and that's definitely right there at right now. But I want to say to a specific time frame where you can really read, and then that's why I say it's important, because King James, who would have been again the first to make Great Britain, who wrote the Bible into English, at the time that he's fighting this war against Catholicism, they're making the stand. Great Britain is making the stand. It's in the paperwork that is passed by law.
Because his family of Catholicism, that's why they were outlawed off the throne. That's why they brought his daughter and William in.
Come on.
Miss Turtle, yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah. Dang, pull up and chop it up. It's always a good build every time you come. Always a classic build. Hey, family, let's get the likes up. We missing 75 likes. We missing 70 likes in the building, family. Let's get the likes up. They finna go try to get Dane and bring him on the show and everything. We're gonna need the likes up. We're gonna need the likes up though. That'll be nice. So yeah, y'all get the likes up in here and represent, Y'all running around here talking about America is the greatest, then we have to be in representation, of the greatest.
Oh, no.
I mean, they brought granddaughter and William in because they ran them off the throne because they were Catholics. You got to remember, Mary Queen of Scots, she was Protestant. Now, when Elizabeth came in, they wanted to take over. They was trying to see which way she was gonna go. When James came, they stayed with the Catholics. All right, and all the way down into to James II, they stayed with the Catholics. That's why they were persecuted, and they brought in the Protestants, which would be
the Protestants was trying to take over. Like, for example, it happened over here in America as well. If you remember, I did a segment on this when the Protestants were against the Catholics. This was called I'm talking about as far as their rulership. They were fighting for rulership over here in the Americas. Mm-hmm. Like, who should be taking over? That's why it's mainly Protestants right now that are in position of power. And that's why we only had one or two Catholic presidents. I know Kennedy was one of them. And they gonna say that Biden is another one, but I don't think so. Me personally, he act like a Protestant.
Yeah, see, they families both coming from them lines, coming out of that Irish line. Him and Obama. That's why they call him the son to his code.
But they was against white people also, but just particular white people. They just see this whole thing. Religion separated the people in general. Let's just say in general speaking.
Right. I want to throw this in there too, because they were split. Say like the Irish. So you had when you hear like Scots, Irish, that'll kind of be on the Protestant line, and then when you hear like Irish, they'll be more so of the the supporters of the Catholic. You had Irish Catholics and you had Irish Protestants. Biden, his nickname was the Celtic. Him and Obama share the same ancestor. In my first PowerPoint lecture, The Making of African American, I think probably like the last slide, I'll pull it up if I remember for the show over with and show y'all how Biden and Obama share the same ancestors out of Ireland.
That's why I want to say. That's why I want to.
And they use it against all people to separate the people for their doing, for what they wanted to be done, in order for them to be in the forefront. That was the only way they could do it.
Hey, we missing 50 likes, fam. We missing 50 likes.
Well, I want to say that taking the religion part out. Let me. My bad, Top Cat. I just want to say something real quick. Just taking the religion part out of it. That's why I want to say taking the religious part out of it. when I was saying that, bro, when you're organically from the land, right, and you create that land by divine right, you're gonna pass that land on to your next of kinfolk. So I'm saying again, taking the religious part out of it, when I go back to King James and to speed up to where we at up to date, is to say that King James was again, like y'all said, he was fighting for divine right, where the what I want to say, the government was trying to come take over. So again, it wasn't that it was a Protestant versus Catholicism thing. It was the fact that it was the people who were trying to run government saying, hey, that a king who they didn't feel like was chosen by God or whatever, like whether he was good or bad, they felt like he shouldn't have the power and authority that he had. They felt like between votes through an electoral vote type of thing that they should
Right.
run things.
That's
So that's what
Protestantism.
really the war was created about.
That's how you know that was all Protestant, because that's what their belief was. They went totally separate from the Catholic belief system. What they feel as though it should be king, queen, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that went along for quite some time. But then they got kicked out. The Protestants took over. And that wasn't even a money thing. It was just by way of power and belief.
And
That
let
belief
me
had
ask you, who
power
was
at
the
that
first
time.
Protestants to because let me say this from the time frame that I'm getting with the Great Reset, because this I'm glad you're on here today, because this was important, bro. They showing the world fast, the mud floods, Tartaria, things that I believe that us as many people of many, like I say, many nations and melanated people should be talking about just the way that they're talking about it. That a European and an American, whether they white or whatever, they're talking about the same things, but just on another level. So I believe that we should be able to start talking about these things. Don't matter if you feel like is this the Indian or the builder, whatever. It's the fact that I'm glad that we're able to build right now, and we should be able to talk about the facts. To say again, they're showing that there's buildings that was in America that could have been around thousands of years, and they were showing that people again showing up to cities in 1830, whether it's Chicago, whether it's Philadelphia, this one now one. They saying they built the city in 50 years, like the city where the Mormons first was.
Nah,
They built this.
All that stuff was already established. They just adopted it. Like it was all about rulership at that time coming over here. People was jockeying for position coming over here. This is the reason why they took those terms, land of the free, home of the brave, literally, because whoever was brave enough to take the land, it was free for them to take. Because nobody had paperwork ownership over the land. The land was sovereign. And they felt as though since they wasn't getting it where they were
placed in law and the trust, right?
But by way of the Pope, but at the same time, keep in mind, that's the Catholics' belief. So whoever was being sent here.
Let me say that wasn't King James trying to separate from the Pope, correct? So let's make sure that we get this straight.
Nah, King James was a Catholic. Anytime you're a Catholic, you're not separating from the Pope.
They were siding with the Pope, bro.
They were, yes, absolutely.
I'm just listening.
Catholic family there, bro. But that's why they brought the Protestants in, William III, bro.
Don't forget that King James was signing off those charters in order for the missionaries to come over here. King James did that.
And you're right, though. And King James II was signing the Hudson Bay Charter. And with King James II,
all of those charters, bro. King James signed all of them. He was a Catholic. He was a Catholic. That was the Catholics doing that. They were doing the infiltration.
And you're right, though, bro. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say that you're incorrect. What I'm going to say is I'm going to bring this name up, and I don't want to, but for the most part, bro, George Gillespie. Now, this was a minister who was in Westminster, whether it had been Europe or New York. Now, he was speaking to the behalf of what was going on at that time, and he was saying that when you read the Great Covenant, say now, when you go to Scotland, it's a covenant right now. I'm going to send you this.
It's the same thing. I know where you're going. The Scottish believed in the same thing. Don't forget that.
They separated from the Pope, though. They said that popery, they separated from all of this in 1549.
You right. Hold on. I'm agree with you because it was to a certain extent that.
Hey, hold on, y'all. We 50 likes short. And what we have to understand is this happened before then. That's why we're gonna see Henry separate. Okay, so we're gonna see him kill his wives, right? They didn't allow him polygamy. He ended up, getting a lot of his wives knocked off. Now,
with their alignment with the church, they had to separate. Okay, and so that's where you go. They're gonna separate. So his daughter, Mary Queen of Scots, like I said, is going to be a Protestant. When Queen Elizabeth comes in, there's going to be forces out there who are going to make offers through, marrying into them. You had Spain, you had a lot of different these nations wanting to come in and create an allegiance with her, and so that's going to cause a lot of turmoil. Now, once King James gets the throne after Queen Elizabeth I, he's going to be in that same situation because they're already separated. This has been going on for some time now, for generations. So the stewards, even King Charles II, he's going to undercoverly go under Catholic. Now, James held up because that's what his brother wanted. That's what he asked of him. So James II, he held up on it. And of course, they'll lose in 1745 in their last push with the grandson of James, which would be Prince Bunny. He'll come over there with the French. King Louis, them, all of them, they head out. These are they family over in France. So which the French moved in on Charles II because he's with the Catholic faith. They sent William of Orange on there. My family fought directly under William of Orange in that war known as the Williamite War. Really wasn't a war because when they came in, half the army switched on the side without even firing a shot. They aligned with William now. You feel me? And so the people, the defenders of it, they became known as the Jacobites. Those are the people that held their line far as the Stuart Kings, with the Stuart Kings, who were aligning themselves at that time with the Catholic.
They separated from the Pope. Now, what you talking about is the people that created, this is the term that came in, nationalism.
Hey, can we get the likes up though, bro? I mean, I don't want to keep having to stop the show to say get the likes up. If the video good enough for you to watch, it should be good enough for you to like. Don't charge you nothing, just a little bit of love, a little bit American love, you feel me? We just want to make keep America great.
Remember, they started having their own flags and their own beliefs. Actually, we adopted the USA flag in that sense because that wasn't our flag. That was their flag. That was the Scottish rights. All those people was fighting for their position and the Catholic Christianity Society. So they said that they were the illuminated ones. They were the ones that were aware of what could take place if they make their own power as a people. It's another reason why we have two parties right now, two heads of the same snake, because technically they all still have the same ideology, just different sides of it. Which way it should go?
Correct. That's correct. That's why
it's the same thing.
That's why I can say that, and that's why I'm gonna say this just real quick, bro. That with and it's not again to bring in. I'm not trying to get religion. What I'm going to say, bro, is again what you said about with King James and again with the popery and the Pope at the time, the separation of it. If a person doesn't really align themselves the right way, and like you said, it is going to be two heads of the same snake of this one and that one.
Or the same thing. They're going to believe for the most part, yeah.
But I want to say correctly done.
It's just going to be tweaks to certain things.
Law, ecclesiastical law, and civil law being established correctly and with a righteous people is going to work correctly. So
I'm going to tell you why.
Know that. I'm listening.
I'm going to tell you why it wasn't established correctly, and I agree with you, because we weren't at the table when they established it. There was no representation of us at the table. This was all foreign stuff. That's foreign international law.
You're right, though, from the thing, and that's why I just want to say again why we can start. I believe, I ain't gonna lie, I like your channel, and Top Cat, I like your channel, bro. But I do believe we do need to start showing our people about these world fairs, what was taking place in the 1800s, showing the cities, showing how in depth what people were doing, whether they was African, Caribbean. We need to start showing the inventions that we were. It's like I'm not saying y'all brothers not moving forward.
I was already,
what is that
I'm
time
already
limit?
doing that on my channel. I tell people what happened in the 1800s and prior and after. I told them how we were already in control before the government started voting.
You correct.
We had the government here. They were called confederations at that time because it was more than one. But the confederations had to do business with those incoming foreigners in order for them to continue trading with them. Keep in mind, we were already in trade with places like France,
That's
Germany,
why the Pope is the greatest Moor. The Pope, now let's say
Scotland.
this, the Pope is the greatest Moor. The Pope is the greatest seafarer. The Pope is the greatest Moor. I don't know if I said this already on the channel, but Top Cat, I like that you keep speaking on the Moors, and not just the black Moors, but the greatest Moor is the Pope. He's the greatest seafarer. He's the person who controls the Dead Sea. He's the person who has the authority and the power of the law that's been hijacked, like you said, from, I believe, again, Great Britain, who would I believe, bro, were the civilized, who were the people, again, who signed all the nations to say, hey, you can come over from being, because we understand, like you said, being black, dead in law, being refugees, we're nationless in our own state.
That's why those Scottish people or them Irish was coming over here that create their own nations. They were literally creating their own nations by way of societies. Now, that's what we tried to do, but our societies were infiltrated. Every single one of them were. Every single society was infiltrated except for Farrakhan. I mean, well, it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, I mean, that's the only one that's upholding, that he's being looked at by other world leaders. Like, if you get it to a point where you create your nationalism amongst your own people and you recognize that the same thing the United States government did, they were recognized by Morocco first as a nation. If we could do that same thing, it doesn't have to be, keep in mind, people were already here when they came. So what you mean, I'm not saying you personally, but I'm just saying in general, people thinking that we can't do it when we're already here. Okay, it's nothing against them, but I mean, they got theirs. We could get ours. The problem is that some of it wasn't necessarily a problem. It was just the belief. Our people didn't want to be associated with them, which was okay, at that time, but that did in turn work against them. This foreign government was able to push our governments out. And because they outnumbered them, more foreigners kept coming in. That's why they kept bringing foreigners in, because the more the foreigners are, they're going to outnumber our people.
Hey, shout out, support alert. Shout out to Dog Chief 305. Shout out to the homie Shrugs. He say get them likes up. What's up with it, Nate? I see you in the building. Indigenous Black Man, Papa Shorty, Engine Gal, John Davis. What up, though?
For 1910, where I showed about 15 different nations, there's about 50 million foreigners came in within the 4 years. So
they were coming. They were coming left and right, and a lot of the chiefs of our Indian tribes was forewarning that, hey, we need to do something about it. That's why a lot of them were killed, and the ones that converted over were threatened by way of, death if they don't convert to Christianity.
Right,
it was over. Okay,
right.
And really, their whole families were gone.
You say Christianity, but I'm gonna say I'm from me.
It was Christian. No, brother. No. It was Christianity. Leave it there. Yes, it was Christianity, because we cannot bypass that, because our people are stuck on Christianity now. For that reason.
Yeah, you're right.
Hold on, because everything that you talk about, you've yet to. The foundation is genealogy. You're never gonna know which side of the field you're supposed to be on without identity. That's why over here we talk about genealogy, bro. You're sitting here. I don't know if you are more. I don't know what it is, but bro, we're over here trying to tell people this is who we are. This is why things happen to us, and adapt to what is going on.
Either adapt to it or correct it. Actually, I really strongly believe we need to correct it, because these people do not have the type of power that we think they do. That's what I've been trying to tell people. They don't have the power.
We've
They
already
don't have
told
the
him.
power like that. All we got to do is pull the rug from up under their feet. I'm telling you,
So
if
let
we
me- let me
even if
ask- I
we
just want-
copy,
Yes, sir.
hold on, I'm gonna just say
No,
this:
no,
even if
you
we
good, you good.
copy what they got going on and we do it for ourselves, we will. Oh my God, we will overrule them because it's more of us than them now. The whole
Do
point
you
was
think
is that back
reclassification
then they
is
were bringing
important,
in
Dane?
foreign groups at a time and overloading how many people we had over here as far as the general population prior to any foreign coming over here, any foreign, person. But now we outnumber them. Quiet as kept, we outnumber them. I'm talking about indigenous people, not even adding the mixed people. The indigenous people outnumber them.
That's
So
a
they will
fact.
have a
Let
big
me ask
problem
you
if
one
we get
question,
together
Dane.
No,
and
sir.
create our
Reclassification is
own.
important, bro.
Let me ask Dan a
You
question.
can't. I just want to ask
No,
him. He can
listen,
answer this
listen,
quickly.
listen,
Is
bro. Listen.
reclassification
Hey,
important,
listen,
Dane?
listen, bro. Just listen.
But I'm
Listen,
just trying to ask him one question, Dane.
listen,
But
listen,
Man, we
bro.
will.
reclassification
I'm
is important,
telling you,
Dane.
brothers, we will kill it if we come together as a people.
Bars. Hey, let's get the likes over 200. We got 222 in here watching. Y'all know that's my magic number. Man, let's get it up to 222 likes. You know that's my magic number, man. Shout to Dane say we'll kill it if we come together. I think that's that's what's in the atmosphere right now, bro. Even far as this thought, even far as the awakening, the new consciousness is finding yourself in the story. The new consciousness is your family history. Nothing in the world right now is more important. The new consciousness, man, think about that. um just think about a conscious wave or a conscious awakening to where people are now learning about their story, because you have to remember the conscious community before was people telling us who we were, telling us that we didn't have a history, that our history was stolen, our names were changed, there's no way to find it out. So we must accept this history that they're brought to us, these stories, and attached us to these things. And when we look up, we didn't lost the land, the family's broken down, the structure's gone out, you feel me? And we being attacked on all sides by the law, used as pawns in the political game. And we're at that day again where they're bringing over mass groups of immigration to basically move us out the picture. And so it's very important that we get um, this side of the field together on talking points, on the information, on the history, on structure, on a lot of things. And because I'm gonna tell you something about opportunities, man. They sometimes they don't come. And if you get an opportunity, you have to seize it and capitalize on it. You really have to capitalize on it, because it's so hard to get in the position of opportunity, especially to have an opportunity to have the minds of the people. I'm talking about with no government influence, with no funding, with no backing. You feel me? Ain't no funding into this, ain't no backing. It's just the energy, it's the will of the people, it's the call of the ancestors right now. These souls coming together, and this awakening, this era of awakening. You have to understand all those other thoughts, they were pushed by some form of funding, some type of political agenda, some type of religious or missionary agenda, in dealings with the church, the government, and other forms of the government, philanthropy, money, all type of things, you feel me, with agendas attached. And so this is all organic. You dig? This is organic, this is natural, and it's something that you can really um lay your life on the line for. It's a purpose that you can lay your life on the line for, because it's dealing it's only dealing with you and your family legacy, story, history, your port. And so now, man, they make it even more serious. It take it to a whole nother level because it's about you now. You are now in control of your own destiny. And I feel like that's a great place to start, but we have to understand the seeds that we sow now will when it's time to harvest this will be what we put down now will be here for the next 2,000 years. And so we really have to understand the position that we're in, get rid of a lot of the BS, you know what I mean? Find a way to make sure that we make the ancestors proud. Again, if America is the greatest, then her kids better be a representation of their greatness. You did.
We
But
will
listen,
kill
What
it.
about
This government would
reclassification, bro?
not exist if it was
but
up
let
to
me.
I'm
us. I'm
trying to
trying to
ask him a
tell you.
specific question, Jane. I'm gonna
That's
give it to you.
fine. But hold on,
Because
let me go.
they ain't know people being reclassified over the past. They ain't know this. So, bro, I'm not. No, not. Let me.
Yeah,
And
but
me and
hold on.
Dane
Let
have a
me
thing,
ask
and I'm
him
finna
a
get.
question.
And I'm finna.
Hey,
I get to my
Dane,
last question, bro. And I ain't gonna
Dane,
ask you
do
no more.
people listen? Is there cities right now that is just us that work together and there's nobody else around? A whole
But
farmers,
I'm
the
trying to
whole
ask Dane a
community is
long question.
us.
No, Dane
Do
know
they
about
not
law,
It's
bro.
exist
I'm
right
small.
now?
asking him a real
Not,
question.
I wouldn't say to the point of cities, no, but towns, yes.
Towns, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Towns.
Yes, towns.
That's
But they
where
need
I
help.
live.
They need
That's
help.
where I.
Hey, y'all gonna have to get the likes of Turtle, Miss Turtle. Shout out to Miss Turtle. She went and got Dane, so Dane he gonna be over here in a few minutes. So yeah, y'all make sure we got the likes up and we repping the right way. You dig? We finna have the big home Dane Calloway in the building in just a few. So
I live.
They can't
This
do it on they can't do it on their own.
And y'all true to that, bro. I'm not trying to not. Cause
This
that's
the
why
reason
I'm
why
trying to get
Young
this last.
Thug got
I
arrested because
want
Young
y'all to
Thug
be
was
able to
about to
do
do
it, bro.
one
My
in
bad.
Atlanta. I mean, in Georgia. Young Thug was about to do one in Georgia. And I was looking real closely at the guy, Tyler Perry, that he did. I thought he was buying land to build up homes. He was buying land to build his own Hollywood. You know, I mean, which is I was looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? This is what we need, though. You buying up land to build cities. Those cities in turn can turn into whatever we want. It is an estate. But we don't have to be
Come on now,
state
Dane. But Dane, that's
with
what I'm saying.
the
You keep
U.S.
talking about
government
law, bro.
because it's all foreign. We could do our own government. We
Let me
could
ask you.
attach
Let me
our
answer this
estate
one
to
question,
our
then, Dane.
own.
Do you think
That's what we need,
reclassification is
yo.
important, bro? Since everybody been reclassified the past 200 years, since everybody has been reclassified on the earth, do you think reclassification is most important for all black people of all nations, bro? Because we all
See,
black. We black from Africa. Do you think reclassification is
See,
important?
here's the thing. The reason why classification important is for two things. Number one, the correct identity. Okay, because not all, like you using the term black, not all black people are the same just because they share the same skin complexion.
Come on now.
So classification is number one because I don't want to say it has to be a form of race per se, like we have to categorize it as a race, but it does have to be.
And I just want my birthright.
It does have to be some separation. Like when I go out, they're not calling me black. When I go to a different country of a different continent, they're going to call me American by way of what I'm going to classify myself as. You understand what I'm saying? The proper classification has to be instated by our people because foreigners gave us these classifications by way of what they believed. We never stepped up to the plate and said, no, this is what we are. This is what we want to be called as a general population, as an indigenous general population at that.
Ready to go to the Supreme Court, maybe.
But see why? But why learn? Hold on. Why learn their law when we could create our own? See, they created theirs.
I'm saying learn law in general. It's like you said, building like how what we doing now. So like you said,
the only law that's to stay true is what you are naturally born with.
The common
that's
law.
That's the only one. That's but common can be adjusted because now common law is being ran by international government. So I wouldn't want to necessarily,
bro, because
no, we don't.
They killing, bro. We don't want that.
I much rather we reset all the way and say, all right, let's create our own laws from top to bottom. We could write our own 10 commandments. But see, that's what any nation does anyway. They create their own criteria and everybody else has to follow suit. Otherwise, they're not. Like, for example, like when you got to become a member of a tribe, do you know that's a club? When you got to become, we didn't have to become members of the tribe. We were born in it. That's a natural right.
It was by divine right. Yeah,
you ain't gotta have no ID stating that you're a member of this club. That you creating societies now, and they could go either way they want to do it, depending on their agenda in general. What I'm saying is get back to what we had that worked prior to infiltration. Get back to having our own. And each tribe come together to conform a confederation coming together and follow suit of what we agree with for each particular family. We say, all right, that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to ride with. Period.
With all the
that's
atrocities
it.
that they committed, Dane, and all the atrocities, like with reclassification, we do need to hold the parties responsible for the crimes against humanity.
They definitely need to be held responsible.
Hey, look at Aziz Abe. Aziz Abe. Hey, what's so funny, homie? Aziz Abe, can you help me out? And let me know what's so funny, homie. Yeah, help me figure out why you got the giggles. Yeah, Aziz Abe. Let me find. Help me understand why you chuckling. I'm Big Chief Top Cat. I'll turn that smile upside down. Yeah, that's what I do.
I agree with that.
Before we get our reparations, people, I appreciate today and Top Cat, you know what I'm saying, just being able to bring this platform to the people because, again, it ain't about the views, bro. It's about us really building it and showing these people that we are willing to stand up no matter where we come from, bro. And no matter what color we is, it's about that we want the truth and we want to be able to stand for the justice and stand for and set right the injustices. So I appreciate.
But the way to do that, but the way to do that is to represent yourself the way you want to be represented. Then they're gonna start taking you seriously. Because if you represent yourself the way they want you to be represented, they're not gonna take you serious. They're gonna feel as though you still up under them. That's what we got to change as a people. Stop letting them get away with it. We can step over them, step above them.
And that's why I say it, because if we do that, I'm gonna start bringing God back into it, and then y'all might start. So before we get to that, what I want to say is I appreciate how we able to talk about this. Like I say,
are you a Christian?
Before we get all the way down, we still need to talk about. I think as a people and as us as we come to the channel, we definitely need to get what's the spirituality, what's the definitely that. But let's continuously to talk about who were these perpetrators, what took place, what did these people do in 18, 20, 34, 55? What was they doing? Was our people in the asylums at? Did they come from being doctors and it? Like, I think that will help the people to be able to at least say, hey, before we even get out into the spiritual and law stuff, let's at least recognize what really happened to our people. So every day I wake up, I can be energized and recharged to say, hey, I can keep myself calm. I might get upset a little bit, but I'm not going to let these people trick me out of position. So I understand it's really a great movement and a great revealing right now for our people of all nations of the world, especially the melanated
Here's
people
the
who
thing,
are starting to realize.
brother, I agree with you, but there's no order technically, because why would you even put?
Hey, shout out to the homie Dane. He done pulled up. Hey, the link in the chat, family. I dropped the link down there for you. You can tap in whenever you're ready.
A conversation before knowing your own spirituality or getting adjusted with yourself, becoming one with yourself. It's technically no order. So if it comes to it, do it all at one time.
Yeah, if
God
you
damn it.
can, right. For the,
Do it all at
you
one
right though.
time.
And I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm a person that can learn from
You
people.
need to
Like I feel like
capitalize on what you know. All the
they
knowledge that you know,
Spirituality
you
might
need to
not be like the
apply
one I
that.
like, bro, but they still teaching, bro. I'm gonna
You
say
need
this.
to
A
apply
person
what you know to your real life, bro. Nobody is
like
stopping us. I'm tired of all the games and people complaining about, oh, we need this, we need that. Like, no, like understand who you are, which is genealogy. Then you understand what the fuck going on, and then you can
and that's why I say you
capitalize
keep saying
off the
genealogy, bro.
information.
I ain't gonna lie, birth records is I don't know what's better, but I'm telling you, birth records is just sometimes your daddy might not have been your
No,
daddy at
bro.
the time that birth record, bro.
I'm just talking in general,
Definitely.
bro.
But the birth
You
records is
got
good,
to
bro.
know who you are in order to become one with yourself. That's number one. Number
So
two,
that's why
you
you
got to
keep
know
saying
who
the
you are
genealogy.
in
I
order
know that
to
birth
know
record is
what you
good.
have to do for yourself and your people. If you don't have that in line,
You're right there.
then there's no point.
Right.
There's no
Like that,
point
bro.
because you're going to still follow suit of what the enemy has set up for you. Meaning you still going to say, all right, well, that's the truth and I'm going to just ride with it. That's not the way to go. You got to know who you are. Otherwise, somebody else is going to run you over with whatever lies they want to come up with. I
Right.
totally am against that. We got to cease that. That's what I'm fighting against right now. The indoctrination that was placed upon our people. That's the process.
So since we here,
That
bro,
was
so
their
you think we're
process.
just Indians, bro? That's it. You think that just the
Well,
Native
I mean,
American
what
people
else? What else?
and that's
We
why I
are the
say
indigenous people of this landmass. Whether
correct.
if we want to
To be
use whatever
organic
term you
doesn't mean
come
that
up
you're.
with, we are the indigenous people of this landmass.
But I'm
There's no
saying
ifs,
to be
ands, or buts
organic
about
don't
it.
mean that Indian was just your only. But like I
We
said
don't.
again, to be
No, I said whatever. No, hear me out. I said whatever term you want to use. We are the indigenous people of this landmass.
okay, correct.
All right, child. We got the homie Dane in the building.
What's going on, brother? How you?
Oh man, I'm slow motion, man. You know. What about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm over here waiting for some parts to come in, and for my computer, my son just set him right here on this other chair. So I'm getting ready to beef up my computer and make some moves happen, man. I'm working. I'm working. But I just finally got the chance to upgrade my equipment, man.
For sure, for sure. What's new with you? Know you got the book coming, huh?
Hey, 3 of them coming. 3 new books coming, and yeah, three new books coming, and I'm working on films now, and that's the reason why I had to bump up my equipment because it just couldn't handle some things that I was doing as far as the editing, so I bumped it up. I got the graphics cards right here. I got 2 of them now, so.
So what should we be expecting then? You know, what should we be expecting?
Something on Netflix, something on Hulu.
Okay, you going big? Okay.
Oh yeah. We finally got that right. They allowed me to have creative control, and so I said, all right, cool. We'll go from there. And shout out to Ice Cube for looking out though. Ice Cube hooked that one up for me.
Shout out to Cube. Cube always doing real things. What about the books? Talk to us about the books coming.
The books now. The first one that's coming is wait a minute, what's the name of it? It's called I believe it's called Fixing America's Broken Promise. And that one should be here shortly. I don't want to give a date right now because we are doing it independently this time around. We wanted to do away with Amazon and do our own distribution. And that costs a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it took a little while for me to get all that handled. But after that one, then it's I can't tell you the name of that second one, but it's whatever, we're gonna fix. We got like a couple of names of what we're gonna name that one, but it's strictly about the American Indians on all of them, honestly. But that second one is crazy. The third one is gonna be the one I'm gonna do a tour on. Now that's gonna be even bigger. Like I'm gonna go to different platforms or go to different, have different interviews and stuff like that about that particular book because I know that's gonna do well. I'm even buying promotion for that one too. So.
Yeah, that's dope. Now I know what you mean by coming up with a name, title. Man, them books hard work, man. I'm getting my first one done now. wrapping it up, and man, that's a lot of work, man. God,
Yeah,
I wish I would have knew.
A lot of hard work.
But that's how you leave your legacy though. You know, that's your work. You know, and you do it right the first time, you gotta do it no more. But now that's double salute right there. As far as the film, what kind of ideas you have looking at in that?
All right, so so all right. All right. How can I explain this? So like because we did some. All right, so I gotta do something that we love. My whole family, we interested, and of course putting out the truth as far as the American Indians, right? But we gonna do it so many different ways. I mean, some of them gonna be drama, some of them is gonna be adventurous, historic. We're gonna go that route. We're not gonna go the fantasy route, but we are gonna go the horror route, and that's another reason why I'm smiling, because of the horror part of it. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be a serial killer type of horror, but it is
like
gonna be
what is it, like some Django going on.
It's gonna be like, okay, I'm trying to. There is a movie that's similar to what we. Okay, did you see? Wait a minute. Now I gotta remember the name. Oh, American Refugee.
Nah, I ain't checked that one out.
That it's gonna be similar to that. As far as that take, like that side of horror where it has multiple different messages, and you know, certain, you know, it is gonna be thrilling. Something is gonna happen.
So we using actors, we having actors,
Yes.
we role play. Okay.
Oh yeah, you know that is real authentic. I'm just here to make you think productions, dope. And I'm turning it up now. Like now it's now we about to go on a whole nother plane with it, man.
Now I like that representation. You know, I think it'll be dope to tell the stories, like say like the Seminole Wars, and like have reenactments, or even the Indians in the Civil Wars. You know, the you feel me, Revolutionary War. I mean, there's so many ways, so much history, and to see them reenacted it, and it's us doing it. You know what I'm saying? People that look like us. I think that'll bring a lot more people in, and you know, you always done a good job of bringing people into the information. So, yeah, I can't wait to see, man. I know you're gonna be on that pen, so I know we're gonna get something good. But
yeah, I want to bring you with me on this note too, man, because remember what we did on the original Cowboys, who are the Indians, who basically are the same thing. We're gonna go that route too. No knock to what Jay-Z did on the Harder They Fall, but it's now I mean, because he did add in some. I'll give him that. He did add in some. Actually, he added in a lot, but it just wasn't out in the forefront so a person can know. Like, they actually had to go do their research to understand what they were trying to portray. I want to push it where they could see it right then and there, like it's right in front of them.
Yeah, let me play Cherokee Bill then. You know, let me Cherokee Bill.
Man, look, I got it's so many. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got friends right now actually taking classes, okay, to be an actor and an actress right now as we speak. And I told her straight up, you could be in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, be in the movie. And they taking it real serious, man. And I'm so glad they are, man. Like, I wouldn't have a problem at all. That might mess around and you might get popular off of that and you get hired somewhere else.
Yeah, that Cherokee Bill. I'm gonna go all the way in the road on that one. Yeah, but I think that's super dope, man. That representation, because that's really what we need.
Yes, you know, that's the key. That's the key.
Let me ask you this question. What do you think about the like right now, man? This American history period is the number one genre right now. What you think about that, and what's the state of it? You know.
You said say it one more time. Say it one more time. You said that first part I couldn't understand.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying, like, this awakening of this American paradigm, and everyone wanting to know about their history and where they fall at in America. This Indian paradigm, I think it's at a height right now. What would you say to that?
It is, and it's the only way we're gonna go is up now. From here, it is. A lot of people are waking up to it, and they're combating with other people that's trying to combat with them. You know, they running around with their own ideologies. Most of them have been indoctrinated more people are actually sticking their neck out now and taking it to a point where they're teaching the people that are unfamiliar with it, whether if it be their friends, family members, husband, wives. I'm loving it. So it's going up. I just knew certain people, of the YouTube community was mad at certain progressions. And I back then when I was talking to them, I was like, yo, chill, just be patient. Just be patient. It's going, we about to go up. And it happened. It happened over these years of me being here. Yes, it's going up and up. And regardless of, some of those haters out there, that are pan goofies, whatever you want to call them, that try to penetrate and infiltrate, they can't stop it. Because the what they call it, the age of Aquarius, this is the part of where everybody's going to be waking up to the truth now. They're more willing to have an open mind and listen to something that they're unfamiliar with and let it digest, and then they turn around and do their own research and then take it steps further. And that's what makes us legit, because we doing the work and they depending on us to do that side. So it could be a little bit more easier for them to digest and understand and try to teach it amongst their own peers. It's working.
Do you think, okay, so I overheard this Pan-African talking. They were having conversations saying like how dangerous this school of thought is, this journey is, because they teach Afrocentric curriculum. Right. But the children are standing up in the class and saying, I'm not African. My mama said that I'm American. And so and they breaking down their history. And the brother was troubled by that. How do you think can you see this in the translate to, let's say, like the colleges the colleges now? Do you see that happening? Or
yes, it's happening now.
More representation.
It's happening now, and more representation is on the way. Not only with dealing with the children, but dealing with the professors that teach history, teachers. I speak to a lot of people behind the scenes where they're teachers and professors that are tired of teaching the curriculum, that actually push those books to the side and say, hey, look, this is the real deal, y'all. I mean, I'm talking about that's their entire class, and they break that stuff down. This is the reason why I feel as though I have a big responsibility to do it the right way. Because people, they watch the videos, but they also are bringing that back to their children and teaching them at the same time. And they standing up inside of the class and speaking up. I knew it was going to happen, but I'm glad to hear that it is happening. They say it in the comments, but to hear it, from somebody that's opposing of what we do, then we know what's really happening. Like, for sure, like in a large amount. I think that is a beautiful thing. It's about time.
So with that being said, do you think the end of Pan-Africanism or that Black nationalism, RBG, do you think this, is this their last generation?
Absolutely. That's it. It's not going to go any further no more. It's not. That's it. They had a long run. They had a run since 1960, and they still ain't getting nowhere. But this is the reason why they trying to ask us to put our plans out in the forefront, because they want to know what we doing, so they could be nosy, to try to deter us away from what we trying to do, or to try to throw a wrench in it. You know what I mean? Some type of way, or they want to copy it. There's certain people that's hopping into it now saying they're American Indian. Some of them saying Native American. They know that this is happening now. And so they want to hop on board. They want to ride the wave because they see the other doors closing. But with us being at the forefront like that and putting it everywhere, okay, they ain't going to have no choice. Yeah, they dying down. They've been a dying breed ever since they started anyway. It was just the timing. More people are willing to, like us, they're willing to be like, hold up, wait a minute, and start questioning everything. Start doing our own research and putting it up on the screen and teaching our people we're dangerous. Yeah, we'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment all day long. And I'm going to stay dangerous. Because why wouldn't I want to be when I see my enemies attacking? What, I'm going to just sit there and lay dormant and not going to attack back? Now, I got to be just as dangerous as you are for that reason. So that's a beautiful thing.
For sure, for sure. Through the bill that we were just hearing you break it down to the young brother, you spoke about us forming like confederacies. Can you touch on that to the
Or something
people?
like it. Yeah, to bring back, our old governments. I'm not exactly sure what I was saying, but when you brought up Confederates, or confederations, that's the first thing that's gonna pop up in my mind was the old governments that were here prior to the foreigners' arrival. And when they got here, they tried to copycat, and then take it amongst themselves to create their own union. That's what happened. And then what other lands that they wanted to conquer or colonize, they called it their state. Eventually, they became the states. 13 colonies. But yeah, we could get back to that. I think that's going to elevate us.
How would it look? From the people at I think it'll mean a lot to a lot of people hearing you say it. Just break down. You don't have to go all the way into detail, but just edify the people on how would that look.
It would just be more. It would be a collective or collaborative effort of all tribes or all families coming together, having what they want done, having what they want as the rules or regulations or policies to be at the forefront, governing themselves, having everything on their own, meaning their ownership. Not any outside or foreign influence will be involved at all. If anything, if they want to do business with us, that's something different. But it's still not to the point where they will have ownership in anything. We will have to have ownership from top to bottom, everything. That's what it would have to, and we gain respect that way. And that's how those foreigners became a nation, because they were recognized by other foreign nations here. Technically, we don't need, their recognition or foreigners' recognition to become a nation. We have, the power is in the numbers. So if we collectively come together, I know that's going to be difficult. Some people may feel as though, some people may try to infiltrate, which is true, but start off in smaller groups. And I mean, tribes are small anyway. Families are small, depending on how you look at it. Put 5 families together, 6 families, no pun intended to the 5 civilized tribes, but I mean, 5 civilized tribes started something. Let's just look at it that way. Okay, with that foreign government. I'm not saying that we do that exact same thing at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just using that as an example as far as the number. Take those 5 families, put them together, that's a confederate. That's a confederation. Start their own. And then everybody else will follow suit. Eventually, they're going to see that, oh, okay, well, that group is up high, and we should be the same way. Why not us do that? Hey, can y'all help us get this way? And boom, we make it happen. Then all of us come together. It's over with. We kick them foreigners out as soon as possible.
That's dope. That's dope. While you were saying that, I was thinking, I was like, how would for us this? Okay, so like, I mean, it's everywhere right now at this point, and so how do we like bring pride to it? You know what I'm saying? For the people that are coming in, for the people here coming out of the black paradigm and these other social constructs, how do we bring pride to it? How do we like establish for us like a code? Do you think like it should be like a code, a certain type of code that we should be on that can bring us form of like pride of representativeness?
I would say representation should be the number one thing that we should be on code with. I believe pride does play a part in that. Like if you have pride in yourself of knowing who you are, who your family are, what you guys represent, having pride in that does go a long way. And that should be the code. Like another code should be stand your ground. Don't let anybody manipulate your mindset into thinking what they want you to think.
Talk to them.
I think that should be a stand your ground code and having pride in yourself code. I agree with those. That should be automatic amongst, like, even if it's people that claim that they're American Indian or American Aboriginal right now that disagree with me, that don't like me for whatever reason. That is something that we should all have in common. especially within the YouTube community. We're having this many people watching us. Like, regardless, if we're going to have our differences, that's something that we should all have in common. Standing our ground on who we know, not what we believe in, who we know who we are, okay, and having pride in that, and representation inside and out. What you portray yourself as online is what you portray yourself as in person. I think we should have more representation of what we spiritually represent too when it comes to our individual tribes as well. You can either wear it however you want to wear it. It could be on your head, it could be behind your ear, it could be your clothing. Yeah, I'm just saying it should be more of that as well. And that will probably be, and don't, okay, another thing is that another thing I feel as though should be a part of the code is to not display your plans out online or out in the open, or
Right
even your ideas, because once again, that's open for infiltration. That's open for penetration by way of those that's trying to stop us.
Even spiritually
as well, because yes, and I'm glad you said that, because they could take it more ways than one and do something to nullify that as much as they can. But I agree with that. I think those are the main three. I believe I named three. Those are the main three codes that should be standard.
Nah, those are dope principles and foundation. That's dope. And I like what you even said about even there's people out there who may not, agree or have us in the best light, and they go for everyone. It still should be a code understanding for amongst us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that was real powerful, and I think it was good for the people to hear that from you. I see something in the chat. A guy said, "What should we choose to be called as a culture?" Now, I heard you speak about this before. So if you don't mind answering that question, he said, "What should we choose to be called as a culture?"
Now, I like the term Niji because of basically where it derived from with the Algonquin language and Niji Kewin, and what it represents, meaning my brother, my associate, and not necessarily using the terminology friend because of what it represents as far as its etymology, its original definition. Those are people of a particular society that had nothing to do with us originally. I like that term. I'm not saying that everybody should utilize that term, but Niji just feels good. I mean, because we got the Fijians, we got them, the Niji, and they right next to us. They right next to us. But I just like the way it rolls off the tongue. I mean, we calling each other nigga already. Some people subscribe to the term Naga. I just like the way Niji feels to me. And it came to me spiritually before I even knew what it was years ago. Like when I first started, I was saying that term automatically. Had no idea why. I was just saying it. And then when it came to me, as far as the real meaning of why I was stating that, yeah, I said, I mean, and that's me though. That's just my personal take on it. That was a spiritual move for me to call everybody and refer to everybody as my Niji. It just felt good. But that's up to the people. I think that it should be voted on or what we should call ourselves.
Hey, I had a question. With you getting into the films now, what you think about Kyrie?
What you mean?
Kyrie
as far
Irving.
As an actor?
Yeah, like putting him like tapping in with you. I know Kyrie, he love he love Indians. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think what you think about working with him, even if it's not, like on a film or a project, maybe like a sit down, like a bill. Like
yeah. I wouldn't, man, that's my brother. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I had his back from day one anyway. Regardless of what people were saying, I always had his back. I knew where he was coming from. I know what he meant. I know what he felt. I know what he was experiencing because I went through that too.
Talk to him.
He was going through a spiritual change. He was trying to find himself spiritually. And it's nothing wrong with, excuse me, it's nothing wrong with branching out to different, ideologies of religious practices or whatever they traditionally believe in. That's him finding himself spiritually. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all about becoming a better man, becoming a better you. Because regardless, universally, there's only one way that can happen is for you to become one with yourself. So once he started accepting himself, and I already know he does, I mean, he did this already. Once he started accepting himself for who he is and what he truly is about, why he was put in here to do what he was doing. Many people disagreed with, certain takes of what he was doing, but I agreed. And I understood where he was coming from. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem at all working with Kyrie Irving at all. I think he's a good brother, good young brother, good mindset.
Right on. Yeah, I have a whole nother respect for him and his game, the way he, and
Yeah, besides his game, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother.
Yeah, but when I see him hooping, he out there, I'm looking at it like that's an Indian.
Right.
They can't touch him because that's that Indian greatness right there, the Indian way. But
he got he got the speed of a cheetah. He moved real quick.
And let them know about the you have what you have going on over on Twitch, not Twitch, but Discord. My bad.
Discord. That's the 13% community server where I created a server for like-minded people, so they won't have to worry, be searching all over the internet to have, people like themselves amongst others, having open conversations, and it's about community building. It's a lot of that going on inside of the community server. Certain things that's going on in there I'm not going to mention right now, but as far as the public, yeah. But getting together, getting it, the ideas floating, making sure things get tight, and we eventually linking up and making things happen. It's community building for sure. That's about to branch off into something else, though. It's about to be way bigger than what it is right now. But it's about 10,000 people in it right now.
Yeah, do y'all have like certain days? Because I know I came in late the other time I seen when I got the notification. Y'all was about to tap in, and I ended up being late to it. But
I live stream. I live stream randomly in there. But that's every day. It's 24 hours. It's 24 hours. It's not. I mean, they probably talking in there right now. Like, as a matter of fact, Miss Turtle reached out to me in the 13% community service, so people could DM me. It's I like that. It's wide open. I want
to get over that. I want to come in and join some of the bills. You know what I'm saying? When I be coming in there, I don't be seeing it. Be like mostly there, maybe chat in the type in the chat. You feel me?
Yeah, it's a main chat, it's a video chat, and it's a live stream. It's a lot. I mean, but it's way more than that too. Yeah,
it's a lot going on.
It's a couple.
You got it built up nice over there. So it's so much. And I'm trying to look for the rooms where we can go in and build, or I can hear the people build and chop it up. That's where I was trying. I've been trying to get in there. Shout out to Tree. She's been trying to help me get in there and work it. But yeah, man. I wanted you to get that out to the people. I got a book coming out too, man. About to drop, like you said. I can't put a date on it right now because I'm redoing my cover and everything. But
I know how that feel. When you're ready, when it's ready, let me know. I support it. I bought the other one too. That's in here. That's in my library now.
Yeah, I already. You already know what time it is. So man, I'm gonna hit you up and so I can get that to you, and then you put me on them hard covers. So I think I might do hard cover.
Them hard covers look good.
Yeah, I might do hard cover, man. Shout out to Dane. Dane always be giving me the game. He came in this shit before me, and he been through it. So he always give me little tips on things to watch out for, things to how to move. So appreciate that. You feel me?
Absolutely.
In a real way. Other than that, what I was gonna say, for the politics coming up, what you think about the reparations in California? Is it just election time and this conversation back up, or what's going on that?
That's basically what it is, but people are gravitating towards it because they making it seem as if they're making moves, but all they're doing is trying to create an idea, pass it through legislation. If it gets passed through legislation, then it goes back to Governor Newsom. I did a segment on this during a live stream to let people know that the reparations task force is going to disband as soon as they put out that last piece of their idea, their write-up on June I believe they posted it. I'm trying to remember the dates now. I believe it was June 29th, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then they disband that Saturday, which I believe is July 1st. Okay? They're having this thing going on Thursday. And what I mean by disband is that they no longer going to exist. So see, look how that's set up. They're handing it to them, the legislators, California legislators, on a Thursday. They're going to, as far as their group is going to disband that Saturday. So if they had a discrepancy that Monday, when they get in there, got a question about something, ain't going to be nobody there to confirm something, to reestablish something, to assist them with anything. That's all a gimmick. It's a gimmick. And it is going to hurt some people's feelings because, they feel as though this is about to go through. They're about to get it. When Governor Newsom didn't come out and establish that he was all for it. In fact, he gave many hints that he was against it. He didn't like what they were requesting, what they were asking for as far as the reparations task force, especially when it came to money. Because he felt, I said this during the live stream, he said it was like, and I want to say it verbatim, but I'm paraphrasing when I say this because he was saying it was more than just about money. It was more than just about money. It was about, I'm trying to remember what he said verbatim, but I can't. But it was just letting people know. It was a hint, letting them know, look, you can forget about the money. If anything, we may give you bits and pieces of such and such if that gets passed. But the reparations task force allegedly did some research and only found one case of slavery happening in California. One. And I said to myself, why is that not being talked about? That's why I was trying to tell people, hey, don't get down my throat when I tell you that slavery wasn't happening in large numbers in California. Why are they trying to go for reparations in California? Oh, well, maybe they were trying to go for reparations with the people that moved, that eventually migrated to California. Okay, that makes sense. But they're talking about the residents of California from new time periods. Okay, and I was like, that's just not making sense. And then when I looked at the breakdown, he just recently put out the breakdown. That's the reason why I went live. A breakdown of what they were talking about as far as the time periods are concerned. 3 of them were dating back to 1865 with different things that happened to our people as far as the aftermath of slavery. Okay, and then the other 2, I think it was 5 altogether. The other 2 was happening after the 1900s and all the way up to 2020 when the reparations task force started. And I said to myself, that's fine. That's all well and dandy. But as far as money is concerned, what are your sources on that? Now, they also came out and said that they were not asked to give up their sources or the reason why they state, okay, certain people should get up to almost $1 million in reparations, depending on how long they've been a California resident. And they also said that they're not obligated to give up those, to give up where they got that from, to give up their sources. I said, that don't look good. That don't sound good. Because what if the California legislator or legislation rather, or legislators, let me say it that way, legislators, that's the correct term. What if they turn around and say, all right, where you get this from? But by the time they ask that question, it will be that Monday. But also by that time, that group disbanded that past Saturday.
Right, the commission over with. They had a expiration date.
July 1st. And that's not fair to the people. And I was trying to point that out so they could see how this was all being structured as a political move. Okay, I overheard that Newsom is eventually going to run for president. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not a California resident. But I was also hearing about some other rumors that he was trying to go for another position. Could have been in Congress. Could have been, I don't know. Could have been in the House. I don't know. But at the same time, we know this is a political move because it has it written right I'm talking about all over it. You had this reparations task force for 3 years. 3. And you mean to tell me that you just now paying attention to what they asking for? That's a lie. You knew what they were asking for from the beginning.
Right.
And you not giving out your answer right away in the beginning, in the middle, and now the end just lets me know that you're not for it. And I'm talking about the Governor Newsom. And that's not fair because people thinking that, it's going to be right. It's going to be fair. They're going to get some change out of this. And no, it's not going to work that way. It's just not going to work that way. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, HR 40 was about studying what happened to us. That was 1989. Why 2020 you create the same thing to do the same exact agenda with, well, okay, we'll see the result. We'll see the result. Let's see what happens. Because we know what happened 1898, HR 40. Then they tried to reestablish it again. We'll see what happened. Because nothing amounted to that. Nothing came from that out of the first one. Let's see about this one. And this is just strictly California. We'll see.
Okay, so, all right, so Biden and Harris came in under the HR 40 banner. They got in, totally act like it didn't exist. They didn't have those conversations with the people. Now they come out with AB 3121. If this don't go through for the people, what do you think? What do you think happened? Do they lose their faith in this reparation, or what do they go after that?
As far as the Assembly Bill 3121, that's dealing with the reparations task force, and if this doesn't go through, I feel as though a lot of people are going to be pissed off. I'm not too sure if they're going to do anything about it physically, but of course they're going to argue all day long. We should have got this. We should have got that. Realistically, that's people crying. When we technically don't need any of that. We just simply kick these foreigners out, get back the land. We got everything we need from there. Like, I'm just saying, the land creates everything that we got out here. If it wasn't for the land, it wouldn't be no government. If it wasn't for the land, it wouldn't be nothing out here. Like, I'm going to just simplify it that way. Give me the land back. We'll be good. Get off our land. We'll be good. We got it from here. Thanks. We appreciate that. Now go find another spot for you peasants to rest at, which are residents anyway, meaning that they are a person in transient status. They need to go. They're supposed to be here temporarily. But it's up to us to let them know when their time is up. We need to be starting, to hand out some eviction notices now. Not even for 30 days, maybe 30 seconds. Hurry up and get your stuff and get up out of here. I mean, look how long did they give the people with the trailer tears anyway? 1830 Removal Act. I'm just saying, Indian Removal Act. I mean, how long did they have? People were knocking on their door, telling them to get out.
Right.
Okay? We need to be doing the same thing. I'm not trying to give them no notices or nothing. Just pop up at the door, tell them to get out. They did that to us. We're going to do that to them. And the majority of our people stayed, by the way. That's why the majority of the Indians on the east side. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's Indians on the west as well. I'm just letting y'all know. They were trying to move the Indians on the east to the west of the Mississippi River. They knew what time it was, and a lot of us stayed, and we fought. I think we should get back to what we know should be right, having our own. We don't need these foreigners' influence. We don't need their government. It's time. It's time.
I was watching a documentary on Alabama today, Tuscaloosa, Alabama to be exact. And this guy, he was talking about how they had the farms back then, so they didn't need money. You feel me? Because they had everything already. He say they'll buy like sugar or rice, but that'll be from someone down the way,
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, just getting back to that, you know what I mean? I feel like it can be done. I say this here, especially like I do. I mean, I'm telling you, I like to see that representation, even what you just building on, those type of things in the films that you have upcoming. What do you think about the people getting together, and what do you think about their representation?
Community events. Now I have set up some community events myself, and a lot of people are nervous. Even people in my own inner circle are nervous, because of what that may bring. They're not too sure, and I understand where they're coming from. I understand where they're coming from, and I mean, they saw what happened to Malcolm X, they saw what happened to Martin Luther King, et cetera, right? I'm not afraid. But since it's being so new, they need us here. So I think we're about to transition that into private events. I'm still not sure how we're going to do that, but because they were begging me not to post that on my YouTube channel. begging me. Like some of them was crying. Like, please don't do that. And you know, it's odd because it shouldn't have to be that way. Well, all we're doing is stating who we are and teaching everybody else, look, we've been lied to. I'm pretty sure you're not who they say you are. Go check. Why are we being looked at as the bad guys? Because in certain people's eyes, they invested so much into regurgitating the same lies to our people, keeping our people indoctrinated, blind. They don't want them to come up for air. They don't want them to think critically at all. They want them to be zombies this entire time. So we're looked at as a threat. Not only are we dangerous, that's what they mean by dangerous. We're a threat. We're a threat to them, to what they have established. And yeah, so some of the people in the 13% community server was expressing their concerns, and so were people in my inner circle. But like, but I mean, I'm talking about one of them was about to be in July. Okay, so I was like, all right, so what else could we do? So people giving me ideas on how that's going to get done. Like, I'm sure you should be good with doing that, but with me putting it on my channel, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling.
Right.
Who
Who
you know what I'm
watching
saying?
and who looking, and I totally understand because my people and them had the same conversations with me. So I definitely understand where you coming from.
And my security team is like, they're pretty deep, you know what I'm saying? Like they they're all military, but you know what I'm saying? That's still not, you know what I'm saying? And I understand where they're coming from. I mean, I'm just saying, I understand where they're coming from, but me, I'm like, forget it. Let's go. Let's do it anyway. But I am a father. I'm a father of 5. I am a husband. You know, I still got things I got to do. I understand where they're coming from. And I listened to that and I took that into consideration. That's why I'm asking them now, like, you know, straight up, like, so what y'all think we should do? I mean, it's got to be, if it's going to be private, how we going to do it? Yeah. But, you know, I mean, yeah, I want that to happen. I really do. But I mean, I'm moving around like the president right now, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I shouldn't have to do that.
We we can put something together in Houston, man, and in the future, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my visions, man. It's a park. I don't know, well, I know you're not familiar with Houston, but it's a park in Houston. It's called Herman Park. They have a huge mound there. On that mound, they have like a stadium, you know, stage, the seats, but really people usually bring out like blankets and like picnic and lay out on the mound or whatever. But they have like an obelisk, big water park there, shit like that for the kids. They have a huge train go across it. It's right across from the zoo, right across from the Houston Museum. So, man, my vision, I want to do a huge little event up there, you know what I'm saying, and bring out all of the Indians, and I think that'll be live right there. But yeah, that's one of my visions that I got for this, you know. Man, I'd love for you to be a part of that, you know what I'm saying. Whatever we got.
Man, me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. In fact, it was going to be a tour the way I had set mine up, where I will be in 2 places on the east, 2 places on the west, 2 places in the Midwest, and 2 places in the South where everybody could get to it. And but people are nervous, man. People nervous, yeah. And you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm riding around with 3 trucks right now, you know what I'm saying, full of security, you know what I'm saying, like loaded, strapped up. And I'm like, they know they feel as though there's still not enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, and right. And it's crazy. Like, hey, when I go down Houston, I'm look like the damn president. They got the little car in the front. They got the lights on to stop the traffic just for me to get through. This is just for me shopping. This is just for me shopping. I don't like that. Yeah. I really don't. But at the same time, people feel as though I'm important, and I'm like, you know, it's crazy. I'm upset that I got to go through that, but it is what it is. It is just people out there that's just like, especially now that everything on social media. Anybody could be recorded. Even if I don't announce it, anybody could be out there with their cell phone out like, hey, that's Dane, and start recording. and they give up my location, especially if they go live. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Right
always
on.
got to be alert. You know what I'm saying? Like what it's like I'm not no rapper. I'm not no like come on like I'm not doing none of that. Like I'm not showcasing guns and stuff. But that's to me I think this is silly, you know. But and this is the reason why I'm going to stop calling them our people. It just be people that share the same hue of complexion as us that do stupid stuff out there out of complete jealousy. And they know that this movement is moving. And I still got things to do. I'm just getting started. We all just still getting started. But I feel as though that's something that should happen though. As far as the community events, having big, large events, some type of way we got to make it happen. Some type of way.
Right. Cause see, my idea with that too, I want to bring out the colleges here. So we have TSU, U of H, Houston Baptist. We have Prairie View A&M. It's a lot of colleges down here. Sam, it's Stephen F. Austin. It's a lot of schools down here that and I used to club promote. I used to do college parties, and so I was just talking to my brother Talik the other day. He on Soul Food Vegan. I was just talking to him.
I remember
yesterday.
you was telling me about that guy.
Yeah. He said, "Come up there, man. He gonna roll out the carpet for you. You know, anytime you can come up there.
I'm gonna pull up.
If you need to use the facility to do like a book signing or anything like that."
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he got HPD in there. So yeah,
that's good.
He right across the street from Emancipation Park. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, so they having a huge Juneteenth event up there this year, but
they always do.
He won. We was just building on that, and he down with me on bringing out, you know, that helping that vision come to bring out everybody. Cause he be on the news out here on Fox News, radio stations, all that type of shit. So yeah, man, we definitely plug you in. And KG Smooth, it's a radio station out here, 102 Magic 102. On Sundays, he have like an inspiration or like somebody for the community building projects like that. That'll be a good some live for you too. You know, it'll be a phone call. So yeah, that'll be some live too, man. Tap in.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I mean, and I think I want you to, some of the people in my inner circle, you're going to have to meet. Y'all going to have to talk so they can talk, you know, we're going to have to work something out.
Right.
To make that stuff happen because it's crazy that it got to be like that, but it got to be like that. This is, you know, that's another reason why I charge a fee for me to come out and stuff like that. Is mainly, yeah, I mean, the hotel and travel and all that stuff, that's cool, but it's the security that costs the most.
Right,
and,
right.
Like, I don't even charge that much. It's the security. The security your arm.
Yeah, me and Talik, we was talking about going to these colleges and bringing them out to the events, you know, because that's how it used to be. I ain't gonna lie. Houston was a little more conscious back in the 2010, 2011, 2012. Back then, there Houston was pretty conscious. So a lot of the speakers used to come down here. That's another venue down here that we want to get. That's where all the greats came down here and spoke at in there. But yeah, we was talking about going to these colleges and bringing them out to these events and putting them on this Indian journey, you know, tapping in with them. Because Texas full of Indians, you know, and a lot of people here, you know, they familiar with it, but they just don't see the representation, you know.
I agree.
Let me ask you this here. Trump. Trump running this year. Do we have a chance?
If they don't cheat.
Well, yeah, if they don't cheat, I think they're gonna use the same tactic they used last year. You know,
yeah.
But what's your thoughts? How do America look if Trump wins?
I have no idea. Because I can say that Trump was moving in the right direction when it came to Cube's plan. You know, that was back when me and Cube first started talking. And but Trump wanted to add his own thing to it. He called it the Platinum Plan. And So it was things that was taken out, things that was put in. But Q was using my research and Dr. Claude Anderson. That's how I met Dr. Anderson, and I saw that we were tight knit. I'm going to do something with him too. I'm gonna definitely do something with him.
Yeah,
and,
I like Claude.
I like him. I really do. I like his attitude. He like mine too. He said, "You remind me of a younger me." Let me tell you, it's the way he talked. He got that, like, you could tell he up in age. He probably in his 70s and his 80s. I never asked him, but I could tell. Like, he kind of remind me of my pops a little bit. But it's like he got that. My pops not that age, but he got that elder swag with him, and I like him. But he's a good researcher, and he gave me my props, and that's why I was like, shout out to Cube again. Cube was like, man, I'm gonna have to put you on the phone with a couple people, man, so you can check their temperature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
yeah.
But Trump, he was straight up saying that Trump held him. Trump held him high and was like he was going to get that done. But one of his, I'm not trying to state no names, okay, right now, but one of Trump's advisors was letting him know that he may lose, because they were that's around that same time that they were figuring out they cheating, but and he tried to bring the same plan to Biden, and Biden's president of his campaign turned him down. Immediately turned him down. Like, he was like, well, could he get a sit down? And they did the sit down and still turned him down. And I'm talking about American Indian representation was involved in Ice Cube's plan, brother. I put in a whole bunch of stuff in there. And it's still there. Like, we still waiting. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Like, if that's gonna happen, if Trump get in there, let's see what happens.
What do you think about the Kennedy boys throwing their head back in there?
I don't like him.
Okay. Mm-mm. What do you do with Kennedy do? I see a lot of Twitter Clubhouse. There's a lot of them quote unquote people from the black paradigm. A lot of them were backing this guy.
I don't like him. Something iffy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he did expose we already knew this though, but he did put his life on the line by exposing the you talking about Kennedy Jr., right?
Right.
When he put his life on the line for exposing the jabs and all that stuff, and people getting sick because of it. But there's something else. It's like something wrong with it, and I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like him. I'm just gonna put it like that. There's something about that attitude I'm not agreeing with. They talking about Tucker Carlson may run too. From they talking about him too. He may.
What did he get fired too? He got fired.
Yeah, he got fired from Fox. Fox let him go.
Why you think they let go all of them? Cause Don Lemon, somebody else got fired too.
I'm not sure why they let Don go, but they let Tucker go because he started exposing. His writers started exposing Dominion, the company that did the tickets, that created those ticket booths, and they were trying to put out false statements and say that those machines were cheating, and Tucker put that on his show, but that's weird because they were holding Tucker responsible when it should have been the writers. But I think Fox did that because a lot of the Democrats were coming at Fox like, hey, what's going on? You got him saying all of this, saying all of that, and that stuff ain't true. And Dominion came out and said they were suing them. They were suing Fox, and they did. They sued Fox for defamation. And I believe they won on top of that. But yeah, they got rid of Tucker. And eventually, came out in the discovery when they went to court that Tucker was talking behind Fox's back. So it looked like he was already backstabbing them, and they knew this and they wanted to get rid of him. But because they were all in a group chat, spreading messages amongst each other, that worked up at Fox. And Tucker was like, I can't believe they got me saying this. And I can't really remember everything. I'm just paraphrasing, but he was saying that they were all wrong. A lot of the stories was incorrect. He was just going with the flow because he was getting paid, which is exposing the fact that he's just an actor there to read a script. And but at the same time, he's his far as religious belief, he's one of those. He's not an atheist. He's one of those that literally worship Satan. One of those Baphomet worshipers.
Oh no, I ain't know that.
Oh yeah, he's big time in that. Like big time. Like he listened to that music and everything. The screaming, the yelling music, and they throwing up the little signs and stuff like that. Yeah, he into that. into that. And people didn't know that, but all that stuff is coming out now. All that stuff is coming out now. I'm talking about they exposing this guy's messages on his phone, his playlist, where he listens to when he go work out, when he go fishing. All that stuff is coming out now. But yeah, he one of those type of guys. So I wouldn't be too, I wouldn't be too surprised if they end up coming out talking about something that he was a part of those people that were with the Clintons doing what they were doing with those young children. I'm gonna just say it that way.
Right. Let me ask you this question. What do you hold the Caribbeans, the Jamaicas, these different islands? I know some people, they don't include them. Do you include them in your message? And do you see, like in the future, some type of let's say, I won't even say confederacy, but some type of
collaborative effort amongst all of us? Yes, I do include them.
Yeah.
I
know some people they not, they more so just for North America. But for Dane Calloway message.
No, I'm for all of the Americas. I'm for all of the Americas. I'm for all of Turtle Island. But I know my focus is definitely North America. That's my focus. But I'm for everybody coming together. But we got to get ours together first, because everybody else is waiting on us anyway. The majority of those people that you just named got their identity. They got their stuff. Like, we got to get ours. Like, that's why I said, and if they over here and they got a different accent, and what I don't like is how some of them are coming over here trying to explain different stories that they were taught when they got over here, though. Those stories are not being carried over in their particular countries at all. That's not being passed around. I don't like those type of people, but those are the people, not necessarily the entire group. I wouldn't blame that on the entire group. There are people out there that know the truth that's, within those areas. And yeah, I wouldn't turn my nose up to that. Like, if they want to help out, just know that this fight over here is the fight for the people over here that are indigenous to this land right here specifically. Just know that. If you're going to be on board with that, I stick with that. We're not going to go a different route, what you may believe, okay? But just stick with that. Like, because that happens, a lot of those people that were doing a lot of infiltration were coming from South America. Let's be real here. Because they were easily manipulated by way of, them tossing money up in the air because they knew they came from, poverty societies. So when they got over here, they were tossing them some money to say, hey, sell your people out. I mean, they're not going to tell a difference. You look just like them. So do it. And that was, but I'm not going to put that on all of them now. Okay. That's not all of them. That's not the entire group. But yes, the majority of the infiltration happened from other, what we would consider foreigners of North America.
Right. So let me ask you this question right here. I know a lot of people want to know this question outside our paradigm. Do Dane Calloway hate Africans?
Hell no. For what?
Talk to
what
him.
They do to me. The Africans ain't do nothing to me. The real authentic Africans ain't do nothing to me.
Talk to him.
They
the real authentic ones.
Yeah, the authentic ones, not the fake ones that want to, that want to pretend like they are. But yeah, I'm talking about the real authentic ones got my back. If anything, they got my back right now. Right now. It's so many of them. It's a lot of them. But yeah, I mean, they got my back right now. No issues with them at all. At all.
Because they, you have people out there, they paint the picture. They feel as though if we go after Pan-Africanism, then we are hating Africans. But it's not the indigenous people who created this system of Pan-Africanism. You feel me? And so we only going after the people who were responsible for this. The indigenous people, I had no problem with them because they were affected. Their daily lives and culture was affected by what these people brought as well. So yeah,
yep.
I just wanted the people to hear it. I thought that was important. Do you think it'll be a day that all indigenous people that went through what we went through will as we progress, they'll follow? Or will our progression or success in this, will that help other indigenous people come together and possibly?
Yeah, it's going to be a domino effect. Yes, I agree. It's definitely going to be a domino effect. And I felt as though that message was being portrayed in the movie's Avatar. I felt as though that was the message.
Break it down.
Did you see the last one?
Nah,
the very latest one.
No, I just seen the first.
Where I'm gonna just simplify it. They had to go to a different area because their area was being attacked by foreigners. They had to move to a different area where it was a whole nother group of indigenous people. Okay. And some of the people were turning their nose up, but the leaders was like, okay, come on, we got your back. They had to work together in order to get it back on track. And I'm going to just simplify it that way. I felt as though, yeah, that's going to happen. It's going to be a domino effect. Eventually, you all going to need to unite at one particular point. I'm talking about as far as outside of North America. I'm talking about all of the Americas are going to unite. And it's over with once that happens. This is the reason why they twisted up the tongue. They twisted up the speech. They twisted up the teachings as well to keep us separate. For that reason, because they know how strong we are together. And we will outnumber them. We outnumber them now. But we'll kick them out real quick. And that's what they're afraid of. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Some of them Hebrew brothers out there will say that's been prophesized. And I'm going to say I agree with them. Because I can see that's going to happen. And those people see, as far as the foreigners are concerned, they seeing that's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's the reason why they spend so much money to try to delay that from happening, to keep us separate. But more and more people are waking up right now. To go back to what I said earlier, Age of Aquarius is happening. They can't stop it. More people are getting involved into the information with the truthful information, unbiased information, and they doing their own research and looking towards the people that their spirit gravitates them towards, like you and I. Everybody that's watching us right now, it wasn't because we were trending necessarily. It was because their spirit gravitated towards us.
Right on.
You see what I'm saying? So that's happening. Spiritual warfare. That's what's going on. And we're winning.
Somebody referenced Dancing with the Wolves. Avatar and Dancing with the Wolves. I don't know where he's going with that. But Miss Dawson asked the question, why do black people keep saying Indians enslaved them?
I think they're saying that because of what they're familiar with the stories that they have been told, as far as they will hear that some Native Americans owned slaves. But what they got to realize is what the term slave means. It means an employee. It means a laborer. It means somebody that's set there to do a job, that has been contracted to do a job for an individual. So not just Native Americans or American Indians had slaves. Everybody had slaves. Everybody had employees. Anybody that had a business, anybody that's a business owner had employees. Still to this very day, that nothing changed. Slavery was the biggest business of them all.
Right on. Yeah, and there were Indians who were caught up in it. So it's not a secret. We don't shy away from that. We understand there was a slave trade.
It happened
amongst the Indians.
It happened. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, would they want us to deny it? Because that's not going to happen. It happened. It happened. People needed, that's the only way their businesses could stay afloat, whatever it was. If they had them working on the fields, had them working on a building, had them teaching inside of a church.
Right.
That happens. And that's why I say slavery had no set skin complexion. It wasn't one set skin complexion on the top. It was mainly about who was able to afford their employees, who was able to keep their business afloat. And whoever owned the business. That's what it was about. And that had no set skin complexion. Some of them had to hire their own people at one particular point. And still to this day, I mean, certain people will hire their own bloodline. Same thing. But I look at it as an employment factor. I wouldn't look at it as it's chains and shackles, they whooping you and everything like that. All those stories was just crafted to make it seem as if it was worse than what it was.
So how do you think that affect the reality of slavery? How do you think that affect the reparations movement?
It affects the reparations movement because at that point, then that reparations were owed to not only us, it will be owed to everybody that has a form of slavery inside of their family. I mean, keep in mind, the whites came over here, allegedly, 1790, as free whites. So that means that they were free from something, which couldn't have been nothing but enslavement. Okay? So and then they all had to work over here. They had to come over here and do a job, just like everybody else.
Wait a minute. You might throw them off. Let them know. Did you say the white slavery?
Yes.
Break it
Yes.
down. Talk to him.
White slavery happened. White slavery was happening where they were originally from and over here. That's how they brought themselves up. As far as coming from poverty, because like if you look at the old movies, I remember I was giving them Fiddler on the Roof, and I was getting them Oliver Twist. I read the books before they came out with movies. But what's my favorite book, man? Oh my goodness. Life on the Mississippi River. That's another one. Life on the Mississippi River. That's another one by Mark Twain. Read that one as well. They're also telling you what they were going through as far as their lives are concerned. Going through poverty, having to work, having to be. I remember I gave those people as far as the Bloody Code, which was the UK, the Bloody Code. They were sentenced to transportation. If it was something that they were standing against, whether if it was criminal or not, and the government felt as though, hey, we about to move you somewhere else as a punishment, that was called transportation. Transporting you to a different country of a totally different continent. That was in way of punishment. So the majority of the people that were sent over here were criminals. But they did criminal, I'm going to say criminal-minded things in order to bring themselves up, and it took them years to do it. Prior to that, they were the squatters. They were the tenants. They had to pay our people in order to, something in order to stay here, in order to keep up, in order to stay afloat, in order to stay alive. Because those that were coming here prior to that in 1700s were dying off. So when the next waves came, they had to smarten up and do something for them. Okay? So not only be adopted into the tribes, not only that did take place, but it was more so about being left alone in order for them to survive. Because they didn't know how to grow crops out here on their own, for example. They didn't know how to survive out here in a totally different landmass. They were being sent over here to die. That's what that was about. So they wanted to transition that into a way of living. How could they be out here and live amongst these people who would be considered, at that time, they were considered our people foreign. They considered this land foreign. Of course it was foreign to them. So how could they create the new world in their mindset? The new world will be the new world to them. How could they do that? By bringing flowers amongst the people when the gun was in their back pocket. So they got friendly with the people until they got themselves up to a point where they could take care of themselves. But yes, that's why the original slaves, the large amount of slaves, was the whites, was the foreigners. They were always, and I mean, all the way down to the name slave Slav, the Norman Saxons. We know for a fact that, the Slavic nations, all of them were laborers. All of them were indentured servants. That was what they were practicing all over the place. Everybody was doing that. They had servants.
That was their politics before they got here.
You know what I'm saying? And they felt as though they wanted a new world. They wanted a new change. They wanted a new beginning. They wanted to flip it. All right, they be the masters and everybody else will be the servant. But it took a long time for that to happen. People wasn't going to get down nor lay down with them. And so they fought and killed them off until around the 1800s is when things started to slowly progress to them aligning themselves with our people, tricking them mentally, bringing in religion, suppressing their way of thinking, changing their traditions, twisting up the tongues, borrowing certain parts of indigenous languages that were here, right, adapting it into English, and then they were able to come up. Say they saw what we were doing. They basically marked it, copied it, literally, top to bottom, and got themselves up. But it took them a while. That's why you hear the majority of the foreigners that are coming over here, you will hear them say that the real first president was, what's that boy's name? What's his name? Man.
John Hanson.
Shoot. He got 3 initials. They call him by his initials. Oh man, I forgot this guy's name. 1850. Wait a minute, what is his name? but they're trying to say that he was the first real president, authentically, to get them, established, because he was establishing relationships with the indigenous people and internationally. His name was good grief. They always went. This guy was literally going by his initials, not just JFK. Before JFK was this guy that I'm referring to, and it's not Franklin. Is it? No, it is. It is Franklin D. Roosevelt. It's Franklin D. Roosevelt. It's Franklin D. Roosevelt. That's who they were giving credit to. A lot of the foreigners that come over here, FDR, that's who they were saying. FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt. But that's what they're referring to. They're referring to that time period of the changeover. And they didn't have a stronghold until then. Manipulating the mindset.
Yeah, they saying FDR.
Yeah, FDR. Franklin D. Roosevelt. That's who it was. That's unfortunate. That's when when FDR came into play, you had okay, and that was 18. That was the late. Hold on, no. Was that the top of the 1900s? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, it was in the middle. And I'm saying 1800s. I meant to say 1900s. It was in the middle of where you saw that a whole nother 100 years later. The 1800s had the 61 documented wars, and it still wasn't afloat. The voting system came in the 1850s, but then you had the 1890s, which was white supremacy, creating their form of literacy. Keep in mind, look at what that timeline right there. Okay, so go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. 1830, Indian Removal Act. Then we had all those Civil Rights Acts. Then we had all those Land Acts. So we had all those Homestead Acts. Then come up to what was that? 1866 was the first Civil Rights Act. I can't remember the dates right now. All that stuff was happening.
That's right. No, that's right.
Okay. All that stuff was happening in the 1800s. Then come up to the 1900s. Or actually, it was late 1800s, 1875, Great Depression. Then it started moving over into the 1900s, still Great Depression. Then you had the implementation of the industrial society being now pushed to the forefront, where you see all these industrial buildings, building up this, building up that. Top of the 1900s. They were just trying to bring themselves up, pushing our people out at the same time. They still called it the Great Depression because they were not at the top. They were not referring to us. They're referring to them. Trying to, create their own governments, and the KKK was there, and the Night Riders was there. They were fighting amongst each other, Democrat, Republican, that, whose ideology was the best. And then the implementation of compulsory education. All right, let's teach everybody this one set belief and or one set curriculum, and save the liberal education for 1% of the people. And then they were trying to get rid of all of what we had. They implemented redlining, urban removal, urban renewal, gentrification. 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma, bombing them for no reason, out of complete jealousy. Then 1933, Social Security Act, if I'm not mistaken. 1933, and then and that's on Franklin D. Roosevelt, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's when he stepped in. When he stepped in, he really started doing everything. Even though they switched the Constitution in 1871, he literally pushed it forward to make it happen. And
I see that in the chat. They say FDR set up welfare for all whites, housing projects.
He did a bunch of stuff, bro. Like it was Franklin D. Roosevelt that did a lot.
I see he was working with the Navy, the New York, down in New York, and then military assistance through the Ellis Island, them bringing over Ellis Island.
Right.
I see him in that, because they use the military, the Coast Guard, and
absolutely,
so forth, to for that operation of bringing in all those white immigrants over. through Ellis Island and FDR right there in the middle of it.
He was in the middle of bombing the Mississippi River, the upper Mississippi, lower Mississippi, trying to redirect it. He was involved in that. And he was involved in so many different things where it really tore this stuff down.
Yeah, Mr. Dawson said he did all the programs after the Great Depression. Yes, in 29 he became the governor of New York. So yeah, he was in charge during that Great Depression era.
Yep. And with him being the governor of New York, we know what that's about. New Amsterdam, Liberty City, going back to the Statue of Liberty. Now we know who he's a part of.
They say he did 4 terms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's another one. He was the longest running president. Yep. That's why a lot of the foreigners that come over here only mention Franklin Delano. I believe that's his middle name. I could be mispronouncing it. Roosevelt. They always mention him. Always. As the only president that they can recall. Authentic president.
Man, that's dope. Before we get out of here, look, I got to get your picks on the finals. Who you got? In basketball, who you got in the finals? Who you got winning it?
Wait a minute, who going to the finals?
So right now they still playing the championship. Lakers just got knocked out by Denver.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you got Jimmy Butler and them. He trying to close the Celtics out tonight. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go with the Nuggets. Because they
dangerous right now.
Yeah, because they are more well-rounded team than Miami and the Celtics. Like Joker don't got to do too much. He can whoever hot, he gonna pass it off to, and I like how he doing that. Like he not showing favoritism. He doing it to like whoever's hot, they're gonna get us up. He throwing it off, making them hit the 3. And what's that young boy's name that they said that had back surgery like twice, and he came back and now he playing? I think that's a great little story right there. I like that. I like how, and I'm glad that they in position to win. Like, I mean, I can't remember that guy's name. He played for the Nuggets as well. I'm just not a Nuggets fan, of course, but
who are your team?
On basketball, I was really a big fan of Kobe Bryant. So I was a Lakers fan for a long time. Like Kobe Bryant was my Kobe Bryant was my guy right there. I was always a big fan of Kobe Bryant from day one.
Yeah, I like his mindset, his competitive nature. All right, I said that was the last question, but this is the last question. Will we see Dane Calloway in the ring?
In the ring? I'm trying to set it up with Umar. He keep running.
Oh,
he running so hard that he had to come out on his live stream twice, and I will not debate Dane Calloway. I mentioned that during my live stream. He running, man. Like, I mean, come on, man. You supposed to be the prince of the pan goofies.
Yeah, you supposed to be the top one. He the one came out and said none of them was bigger or better than him.
Man,
I think that'll be good right there.
It will be. He know it will. Ooh, that would be major. That would be major.
Y'all probably have to pack out a stadium or something.
We gonna have to do something.
Yeah, that'll probably have to be a stadium. We'll be in there so deep.
Man,
we'll come there so deep. What city? They'll probably try to bring us to New York or something. Huh?
Something. Nah, he from Philly, so and I'm from DC, so we both East Coast. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I mean, I could see that he not turning his nose up with having a conversation with me though. I think he want to do it over the phone first. I think it's gonna happen, but it's gonna take more time. He gonna have to talk to me because
they just announced that Earl Spence Terrence Crawford today, so. I think it's that day for the big fights. We gotta start getting them big fights, but that'll be major for the culture right there, and that would be Pan-African. Yeah, I think we'll have to show up in buildings. Yeah, we probably be out there in tuxedos and everything, man. Come out there and represent.
Man, that would be. I can't wait till it happen, man. But I think he giving me vibes like he want to have a conversation first. Like Tariq Nasheed ain't want to have no conversation, no debate. He turned that down immediately. He was scared. He ran off and he was like, nope. And he ain't want to say nothing else after that. So, but Umar, like, I don't know. We'll see. It may happen though. It may happen. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
think that'll be. I think that'll be a bigger one. It'll be more meaningful. Umar over
Yeah, I agree.
Tariq. I think Umar will be more meaningful.
I
So
agree.
man, we gotta do what we gotta do, man. We gonna try to make it happen, man. That right there. I be over there on side there, they be talking crazy. I be telling them, man, y'all have to bring that money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about dang, man, y'all have to bring that paper, man. And
I mean,
that's just what
Sarnetta
it's
know
gonna
that.
be.
Sarnetta know how much I charge. Well, back then, like, I told him my price, and I remember one time he went live with A1, and A1 called him out on that. And he went, I'm not gonna pay that guy $5,000. And he asked this chat. We still got this video. He asked
told me
this whole chat.
2,500. I said, he told me
Nah.
2,500. I said, I won't even take 2,500. Nigga.
Nah,
Yeah.
2,500.
Yeah, he
No.
said 2,500. I said, I won't even take 2,500.
Nah, and 5,000 not enough now. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have to, because he got to understand, when I tell people where I'm going and show up, they gonna show up. So he gonna get his money back, but he gonna have to pay me up front. He gonna have to pay me up front, and then on top of that, what I come with, it's not just me, and he know that. And I explained that to him when I sent him my stuff, and but yeah, his whole chat was telling him pay him. He couldn't believe it. He was like, oh, okay, all right. They want me to pay. All right, so I'm going to set it up. Well, I'm going to pay. He did all that and ain't send me nothing. And that was like 4 years ago.
See, but with you and Umar, it won't, y'all won't need like.
No, we don't need nope.
Right. Y'all,
see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That's why it make more sense. That Umar make way more
agree.
sense. And it make way more dollars too. That
I agree.
That bitch gonna be packed out.
I agree. It's definitely gonna be packed. And he know that. He know that for a fact. So that's why I was like, maybe we'll get on the phone and I'll tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man-to-man conversation. Come on, let's do this. And I think that's what's going. I believe that's what's gonna have to happen.
That's what Terrence Crawford and Earl just had to do. That's what Manny and Floyd had to do, and get all the in the middle out the way. You know what I'm saying?
We can work that out. We could work that out, and you know. But yeah, Sarnetta not a businessman. Like, he be, and plus we already know his reputation. He wasn't paying Young Pharaoh. He wasn't paying Seti. He wasn't paying a couple of people. You know what I'm saying? The only person that he was really paying was Brother Polite. And he wasn't paying Polite enough. for real. Because Polite, the only reason why that people know of Sarnetta, I'm going to be honest. He should have paid him a whole arm and a leg for putting him out there like that. But anyway, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, I mean, it's probably going to be me and Umar soon. I'm going to say it that way. It's going to be soon. Even though he turning his nose up now, telling us he won't debate me and blah, 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 blah. It's going to happen.
Now, we're gonna turn the tempo up and we're going to start getting it and we're going to make that go viral. We're going to try to get everybody to post it so we can get it and try to get y'all at least on the phone together to work out, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be taken care of so we can it can happen for the people, for the coaches. And we gonna show up and represent. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, but man, I want to appreciate you, Dane, man.
I appreciate you too, brother.
It's always
Absolutely.
a good deal, man. We need to get a collab going. You know, soon. You feel me, for the people. I'm down with that.
I'm a phone call away.
All right, say less then. Appreciate you again, big homie. You got any last words for the people?
Man, I appreciate you too, brother. Like, and I appreciate the fact that you know, supporting and representing in a big way on the community channels, and I know, you know, outside ventures out, you know, outside of YouTube, you're doing your thing as well. I want to shout out to the people that did check in. Shout out to the people that are watching, clicking the like button. Oh, make sure y'all click the like button. Let me tell you that right now. If you ain't clicked the like button, you better stop right now and do it right now. I don't care what you doing. You got that phone in your hand, pick that phone back up and click that like button. But after that, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all always showing love and always showing up and respecting, you know, what we got going on, and especially dealing with the top guys that actually put out the information. Okay, and I appreciate the fact that y'all appreciate us and really support us and show love each and every time, because it's necessary and it's needed to, you know, help keep us going as a community. And shout out to those that's really doing the work out there. Shout out to those that are paying attention, trying to take notes and trying to learn. Shout out to those that are trying to teach others amongst them. Shout out to those that's hating. We love it all. But that's it. You know, I'm gonna see y'all shortly. New content on the way. We revamping my channel, so we going back to the like, you about to see y'all about to see all brand new content from me. And we go back to what we used to. We go back to the roots with the channel on it too. That's all I'm gonna say. So y'all about to see some new stuff coming. Be on the lookout for that. And of course, the collabs with me and Top Cats. We can make that happen anytime, brother. I'm ready. You know, I'm a phone call away. I appreciate it. We did the collab before. That one went well. I already knew it was gonna go well. I already knew what time it was. But yeah, I'm open to it again. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Those that keep it real with me, I'm gonna keep it real with them. But everybody that's doing their thing, shout out to you. Keep it up. Stop, you know. I don't think you should be popping up on these, just my opinion. I don't think you should be popping up on these people panels that's, you know, that ain't really got your best interests in mind. But you're a grown man, you're a grown woman. That's up to y'all. Y'all gonna do your own thing. But I'm just saying, it's really not progressing us as far as the movement is concerned, because those people got their own fans and they just gonna turn you down each and every way they can. It's all about a beat up session. You're becoming their body bags over there, or punching bags rather. Let me use the correct terminology. You're becoming their punching bags. Don't do that. That's a misrepresentation of us, and that's all they there for. They there to punch you. You know what I'm saying? If especially if you're not getting paid, you coming over there for free. That's not progressing your growth. You know, as far as what you trying to do, I don't recommend it. But of course, you don't got to listen to me. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying you need to start paying. People need to start paying you. That's all I'm saying. Make them pay, man. Especially if they want to waste your time. But I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm just me, man. I'm just simply here to make people think. You don't got to believe me. You could do whatever you want. You could say whatever you want. You don't got to believe me. You don't got to believe nothing I say. I'm just here to make you think. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Why don't Top Cats? I'll see you in a sec.
In a real way. Appreciate you, family.
Absolutely.
All right, peace to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to the homie Dane, man. Let's get some flames in the building. You feel me? I told y'all every time we get on the track, it's gonna be fire. You feel me? Every time we get on the track, it's gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that put up. Shout out to Miss Aboriginal Turtle for going to make that happen. Making it call out. You know, like the brother Dane say, he one phone call away. Always have been, vice versa. You feel me? And I'm gonna open up the panel, man, and y'all come on in, man. Tell me what y'all thought about the bill. Panel is open. We have brother Theodore in the building.
What's up, young brother?
Peace, big homie. What's up, OG?
Hey, I'm need to bring something to your attention. And it's a movie that's coming out in October called Killers of the Flower Moon.
Time out.
And
man, I should have asked. I knew what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask him about Color Purple, man. Did you see they bring that Color Purple?
I've seen
they remade Color Purple. Yeah, Fantasia,
playing in Fantasia.
Yeah, man. I forgot to ask him about that. But talk to me, OG. What you were saying?
They have a Euro Asian playing.
All right, Treese, come on, Treese. Come on up, Treese. It's a good time right now. Well, we got the people in here. Ebony and Treese, the link down there. My bad, y'all. Y'all know that was. But we got the people in here, so it was a good thing. But turn up, OG.
Yeah, they have a Euro Asian playing the Sarah Rector. And I think we need to start making some noise about them misrepresenting us as American Indians. You know, this will be a great opportunity for us to make some noise about this movie, because they have always misrepresented us in Hollywood, having other people playing us instead of having us, you know, telling our story in a negative light.
So you say I was talking to Creek Indian. So they're gonna have the Creek Indian Sarah Rector be played by
a Euro Asian.
A Euro Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second, OG. We have the BCU ladies in the building, Sister Tree, Sister Ebenezer. They have some wise words for the people. Um, what y'all got for the people? Talk to them.
You can go ahead, Benicia.
Good evening. Hi, everyone. Um, I guess we're coming up here tonight to kind of talk about where some of the fellas at with these registrations for Galveston. The ladies are representing. So, we kind of want to talk to everyone about what we're going to be doing that weekend and kind of why we want to go to Galveston, Texas that weekend. It's Juneteenth weekend. And we just thought it would be a good idea for us to be boots on the ground because we know what they've done to Juneteenth and what kind of holiday they've turned it into. But we know what it's really about, right? So I think it's important for us to be boots on the ground so that we not only um, represent exactly what happened there and we can get the message out to the people, to all our individual followings, our families, and our platforms, and we're actually showing them that we're doing the work and what it's really about. And I'm just want to come up here and encourage everyone, if you have not registered, to get your registration in because we're looking forward to seeing everybody on June 17th. I think that's pretty much it. Was there anything else?
I just wanted to stress how important it is that everybody does register. Even if you don't pay the registration fee right away, we have to have a good idea of who is going to be there because that's how we're going to plan everything out. We need to figure out how much food we're going to have. We need to figure out the type of venue we're going to be in. And all of that is going to be contingent upon how many people register. So please go ahead and register. The other thing is, and Tracy finna pop out. So uh don't be popping up thinking that you finna get freebies. Now, Top be nice to y'all, but uh we have to look out for Top. He's done a lot for y'all. He's done a lot for the community. We have to be very, very cautious with how we treat our people. We can't just be thinking that we're gonna keep riding their coattails to the top. It's not going to work that way. We have to do our part. Pay your registration because, like he said to y'all many, many times before, it could be way higher than it is. And I'm gonna let you know right now, Treese ain't never gotten nothing for free. I've been around for 3 years. I've never ever gotten anything for free. I pay for everything. By VIP, that's all me. So it does not matter. You need to make sure that you pay your registration fees. And that's all I have to say. Love
Yep,
y'all.
and be on time too.
Oh, because y'all think I ain't gonna leave nobody. Y'all better ask somebody what happened in New Orleans.
Yeah, y'all gotta be on time this time, please.
Wait,
Because
what
ain't
happened?
nobody gonna try to be in the kitchen cooking at 10 o'clock at night.
Wait, what happened in New Orleans? Remember on Friday they were saying what happened to the last security guard? When nobody tell them what happened to the last security guard. What happened in New Orleans?
Your ass got left.
Yeah, we left
Who got
you.
left?
You
You.
got left.
Oh, y'all left me on my own goddamn trip, huh?
You thought it was a game?
Man, y'all better have y'all ass there on time, nigga. If they'll leave my ass, nigga, they
You
would.
get it left.
Yeah, he
If
got
they would
left.
leave my ass, nigga, they would leave your ass, nigga. Be there on time.
Must.
Yeah, because it pushes everything back. We in Atlanta we had a good time, but by the time we got finished cooking and everything, it was time for people to go and catch their flights. So we kind of want to be on good timing. So just make sure
And
you
it takes
register.
and it takes
Wait, what you ass said? You breaking up, or that's me? Is that me or that's her?
Oh, that's her.
Tracy.
You breaking up? We ain't hear you. Trees.
Can you hear me now?
All right, there you go.
I was just saying that what a lot of people don't realize is that yes, we have the registration fee, but we still come out of pocket a whole lot of money behind the scenes. Like it's not cheap
Because it
to
don't
make
never
these
enough.
events. It's never enough. Like for real. Like I personally then came out a lot of money to try and make these, be memorable, for it to be comfortable. That takes money. So just know that yes, the registration fee covers a bulk of it, but there's still a lot that we have to come out of pocket for.
Right. And if you can't go, we always put the option in the registration. If you can't go, if you don't think you can go, there's an option for you to sponsor another BCU member who may want to go. Of course, it will be, we don't have to disclose it, but if there's someone who wants to go and you really want to go and you can't afford it, you can always reach out to Big Chief, because we do ask other members to maybe contribute. You can sponsor another member or contribute to maybe help someone who doesn't who wants to go but they can't necessarily afford it. It may need some gas money or something like that, because as Big Chief would say, that's the Indian way, right? We try to take care of one another. So just hoping that everyone is honorable and truthful about it. I mean, don't say you can't go and then we see you next weekend turned up somewhere on the, we don't gave you gas money. but
Right.
but truthfully, like if you really can't afford it, just let one of us know. And if you do have, you can spare $25, but you can't go. But I can't go, but let me put, I'm gonna put $50 in a pot for another BCU member who may want to go who can't go, then that's what we'll use it for.
And we currently have two sponsorships for registration. Did we have any other sponsorships?
Peace, peace. Yeah, I'm gonna
Ebony?
sponsor somebody. I'm gonna have two. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but like I told Top the other day, I got the registration fee for two. Whether it's a male or female, but I got the registration for two. That's coming from me. That's my word. So
Turn up then. So that's four sponsorships that we have right now. Anyone else that wants to sponsor, please do cash out $ Big Chief University and send your contribution. Also, make sure that you do the registration as well, just to show that you do want to contribute to somebody's trip.
Hey, hold on, y'all. We got Talik coming in. Um, so he got something he want to build on there too. He gonna be a sponsor. Like they said, we do have four sponsors. We also want to note that the shirt sizes. We need the shirt size. That's important too. So we can all be in unity. So that's something else we wanted to throw out there. We're trying to make it the best experience as possible. Like we say, as we grow, things will get better. But and a lot more easier. Like chopping it up with Dane. Later we'll be able to collab and do things like this here, make big events or whatever. But right now what we doing is special because it's organic. A lot of us getting to know each other, seeing each other in that representation, to the world, to the other Indians out there. And Geechee in here. If y'all see Geechee, tell Geechee to holler at me. If y'all see Geechee, if Geechee in the building, Talik mad at you, man. Yeah, man, you ain't pulling up on us. Speaking of the
Shit.
homie, we got Talik in the building.
What's going down, baby?
Turn up one time, H time
Hey,
in the building, man.
come on. I gotta cut the goddamn camera out. What's up with it, man? How y'all doing, man?
peace to the brother. Peace, peace.
Peace, man. Yeah, man, it's gonna be nice out there, man. It's gonna
You
be
kind of choppy.
okay, hold on, let me fix my Wi-Fi. Y'all better?
Nah, say something.
Hold on. Let me see. What about now?
All right, there you go.
All right, we in there. Yeah, man. We finna really finna give back to the ancestors in a major way, man. We finna tap in, man. This finna open up a lot of portals, man. We're gonna do some cleansing rituals there, man. We're gonna do some big libations for the ancestors, man. And yeah, it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be soul filling. You know what I'm saying? You know, we always talk about the ancestors, man. We finna venerate them, make them proud, and we finna get a good download after we get a good offering to them. We're gonna see our lives change after this shit. We tapping into our bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
When you say the offering, break it down.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have some fruit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if y'all want whatever y'all want to bring, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of our ancestors, corn, you know what I'm saying? We just giving life to the ancestors that's been forgotten. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know about libations, what our ancestors did, you know what I'm saying? You get an altar, put your people up there, you put their favorite foods and stuff like that. So we just gonna give an offering to the water, you know what I'm saying, to our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, and let them know we here, you know what I'm saying, water holds spirit, you know what I'm saying, this is our land, the water keep washing up on, you know, nigga, we are this dirt, I am this soil. That's like when I rode through Liberty, Texas, man, like my hair stand up, that's where I'm gonna be buried at, that's where I have to be buried at, you know what I'm saying, like we are part of this clay, you know what I'm saying, and we just, just giving, venerating our ancestors and giving life to them, and we're gonna do a cleansing ritual. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors always
Break that
cleanse.
down. Break that down.
Yeah, we're gonna cleanse ourselves. We're gonna purge ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some good different types of Palo Santo six, all different types of sage, American sage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Indian shit that our ancestors did. You know what I mean? Yeah. Luckily, I can't. I'm trying to get together, put a herbal steamer, man, to purge ourselves, because it's very important that our ancestors very believe much so in purging and detoxifying the body. And much as we smoked, we vaped. We also got in the steam houses, to cleanse our lungs too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm gonna drop a lot. I'm gonna drop a lot of healthy Indian gems and stuff to keep ourselves to our optimum. Break down a lot of these herbs and stuff that's right up under our feet, like the dandelion root, to help our hearts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's right up under our feet that we can utilize, that the ancestors been cultivating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's gonna be a movie, man. It's gonna be a movie, man. It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be soul filling. You know what I'm saying? And it's much needed. The ancestors need to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? I used to go out there with the caravan of the ancestors. I was on my Pan African spin, doing libations and stuff to Africans, and you know what I'm saying, I think, I ain't got no African blood in me. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that we go out there and venerate our ancestors, and I'm gonna have a lot of offerings and stuff out there. We're gonna have some, we're gonna bring some offerings to the water. You know what I'm saying, man? Give me about 6. Yeah. But we're gonna be venerating the ancestors, man, and showing love, man, and watching this, watching the sun around, huh? That's cool. But yeah, but yeah, yeah, we're gonna be out here, man, soaking in the sun, and shoot, they gonna come. We gonna tap in. They gonna come where we at. Y'all gonna feel it. But man, I can't wait, man. Hope y'all
Hey,
come.
what can they look for
Yeah,
those
man,
who
it's
never
gonna be. It's gonna be.
visited?
I'm bringing a lot of food. I'm bringing a lot of vegan food. Gonna bring
Hold
some
on, talk to.
boudin. If y'all want me to
Hold on.
bring some gumbo, I bring some hot vegan gumbo if y'all want to. I know y'all gonna bring y'all meat. We got meat all around there, but I'm showing y'all how to be healthy, man. Super healthy, wealthy, man. I come from a line of herbalists and
Yeah, this nigga
herbal
right here
doers,
is
talk
showing me.
doers, and herb, herb, shamans, whatever you want to call them. They ain't call themselves shamans, but they're root workers, excuse me. But so man, just trying to
Medicine man.
heal y'all, man, heal my community one bite at a time. And man, it's gonna be a movie out there, man. We're gonna be honoring our ancestors. We're gonna drop some new information on y'all ain't heard. And yeah.
I'm with that. Also,
Yeah,
guys,
that's what's up.
also bring your cigars out there if you're a
Oh
cigar smoker,
yeah.
because the ancestors love tobacco smoke. Um, that's another great way
We
to
need
venerate
that.
them.
Gotta
And
have that.
Yeah, gotta have that. I'm smoking
So we
right now,
bringing
listening to y'all
cigars
though.
too.
And
Okay.
flowers. And bring some flowers for the ladies.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
feminine
It's gonna be a
ancestors.
lot of ladies because it's more ladies right there. We looking bad. It's probably like 16, 17 women. It's like 3 fellas.
Well, it's
Right there. So
it's a divine feminine energy right now anyway. So
Right, right, right.
maybe it's necessary. It's all good.
Yeah,
They coming later though. Yeah, we need that spiritual protection out front though. The Warriors coming though. They definitely
Man, they
coming
need the
though.
mushroom. They dropping mushrooms in the chat.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm gonna bring
man.
y'all some. I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring y'all some good mushrooms too. I'm gonna
Well,
make
I
sure we
just
do a
need
good cleansing,
somebody.
man. I'm gonna make sure we, I'm gonna bring a lot of black tourmaline too, and we're gonna throw that back in the water, man. That's to return this. We'll do like a return to sender, man. Anybody sending any negative energy to us, man, we're gonna cleanse ourselves with the tourmaline, the tobacco, the Palo Santos, the different American, the Indian sages and shit.
The
And
dragon's
we're gonna throw
blood.
it back out there, return to sender. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we finna, we got every year our ancestors cleanse ourselves, and the Indian way, we gotta bury the hatchet at the end of the year with any of our people. You know what I'm saying? We gotta bury the hatchet, forgive these people that wronged us. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say don't watch them, but forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Don't have, you know what I mean? Uh, um, we finna, man, it's gonna be real progressive. It's gonna be a healing. It's gonna be a good, amazing experience, and I can't wait.
I
Hey,
love
hold
me a
on. Watch
good
this here.
purge.
My bad. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I love me a good purge.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bringing the
Most of
vegan
these
food. So y'all
BCU
got
women
y'all,
witches
y'all got to
anyway.
bring y'all hot. Y'all want some hot sauces, some fat backs. You got that top?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go to Burns and get that, and I'm gonna get some seafood macaroni. But I know you gonna take care of me. I'm eating everything out there because I love soul food vegan. And Dane, he was just on the show. He said he gonna have to pull up and come tap in with you. So I'm gonna try to get that set up for you too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. I be looking at them plates on IG, man. Man, the brother, man. I be like, man, boy, they be inspiring me. I try to go in the kitchen and be whipping up something, man. I'm like, man.
Yeah, turn up one time.
Hey, on my mama, I ain't lying, man. Yeah, man. The brother really, you can see it, man. The soul is in there. You can look at it
Jamaican
man. I just can't
soul
wait to taste
food
it,
jerk.
man. Yeah.
Hey, watch this here, Talik. For those who haven't been to Houston or Galveston, what should they expect?
Want me to answer?
Yeah, yeah, that was for you.
Oh, it's gonna be tropical, man. Oh, you ain't been there. It's a beach, man. This is where Juneteenth really originated. This is, we're gonna, top going on Jean Lafitte and a lot of the Indians, the Crank or the Tacapa
Hey,
Ishe.
your mic tripping
Man,
again.
okay. Yeah, we gonna go. Yeah, it's a tropical place, man. It's a magical place. It's a lot of secrets out there, man. They got a lot of buried treasure and stuff. I'm gonna give y'all some stuff, give y'all some stories from my family that y'all can keep within yourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of buried treasure with Jean Lafitte, with a lot of the Indian treasures and stuff around there. Man, it's a magical place, man. It's beautiful, man, and it's ancestral land, and that's where the last Indian slaves were freed. You know what I'm saying? That's why we celebrate Juneteenth around these parts. So, if you don't know, Southeast Texas, Louisiana, these are one of the last places to be colonized. You know what I'm saying? For the right reason, because these wild Indians. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a movie, and it's beautiful, tropical, man. You're not even.
Yeah,
Man,
they don't think we got palm trees down here, man. They think you got
Yeah,
a
that's what
palm
I
lot
was
of
just
trees.
gonna say, top.
trees.
Yeah, man, them
Yeah,
palm leaves, man. Them
when I
palm
say
trees.
it's
Yeah.
tropical, man. When I say man, it's beautiful, really beautiful, man. Beautiful beach, man. You gonna see all these palm trees, all this sand, all this beachfront. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna love it. It's gonna be very therapeutic. It's gonna be very therapeutic for the family.
So let me ask this right here. So is Galveston Beach, is that white sand down there?
No, it's regular sand. I
Brown
think
sand,
so,
okay.
yeah, some parts I think got white sand though.
Yeah, because a lot of that Gulf, like over here in Florida, some of that the Gulf region, it's a lot of white sand beaches on that and doing that in that Gulf region.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
asked.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
it
what
is a
make
lot of white sand. It is a lot of white sand. Yeah.
yeah, that's what make it stand out. That's was one of the things a lot of the Europeans and foreigners loved about the Gulf area was that the white sand. And what people know about white sand is you catch it at the right time during the sunlight. You can see it almost look like diamonds sparkling, but you got to catch it at the right time. You got
Yep,
to be out
that's
there.
that's
Yeah,
our that's our beach, man. Yeah, I used to go camping on the beach, man. When I say it's so spiritual, and y'all make sure y'all take y'all feet off, put y'all feet in there, man. Sand pulls, pulls toxins out of the body, and simultaneously loads you with vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sitting up there loading up all that vitamin D. So anybody with vitamin D deficiency is gonna load y'all up. We're gonna be electric. I'm gonna bring some electric food. I'm gonna have some juices, good food for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about y'all eating your meat, but I'm gonna have the sides for y'all, as y'all call it. You feel me? But we're gonna eat good, man. We're gonna eat good. We're gonna enjoy each other, man. We're gonna build, drop some good jewels. You know what I'm saying? It's real beautiful out there. Y'all never seen that. I mean, I would say I never seen that like this, but it's y'all wouldn't think this is out here. You know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, that's dope, man. I want to appreciate y'all, man, and yeah, we gonna make it happen. Juneteenth, weekend, Houston, Galveston. Hey, is they having something at the park across the street?
They gotta have something. I know they having something.
They
You
had
know what I'm
Frankie
saying?
Beverly out there last year, huh?
Oh man, they had the Isley Brothers, Frankie Beverly, the Gap Band. I just was talking about Ron. Ron was so strong. They asked Ron. Ron got on the stage. He said they asked me how I feel. He said I feel good. He tore it down, man. He tore it down. I swear.
And that was last year Juneteenth. Man, I
Oh
wish
yeah.
they could have had ran
Oh
it this
yeah.
year. So
Yeah, Frankie.
hopefully they
Yeah.
have somebody out there good this year, man.
Yep. But shoot, man, not man. I mean, we still gonna, man, still gonna make it a movie. So always gonna be something to do. We're gonna lay it out. We're gonna lay it all the way out, man. So it's the next chat. We're gonna, lay out what we're doing. We're gonna lay out what we're doing during the day. Then we're gonna lay out what we're doing, for the night, cause everybody flying out here, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we're gonna lay out. I'm gonna lay out our whole day. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to ride four wheelers, we got a four wheeler park too. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Top?
Yeah, I think that'll be some activities for the ones that stay over past the day of the event. For those
Yeah.
that stay over, maybe like or come in Friday or stay over for Sunday. I think
Okay.
that some activities in the city that'll be dope.
Yeah, we'll put that together, man. One of my buddies on 5015, you know what I'm saying? He'll put a section for us. You know what I'm saying? Geechee came out there. I brought him,
Man,
brought him.
Geechee talking about he ain't pulling up on us this time. Man, I'm fucked up about it, man.
Oh, man. Geechee, that's my nigga there, man. We had a blast. He was mobbing, man. He got ass crazy. We Kendrick Spears like motherfucker. When I say he was there rocking with a nigga like, man, like we been rocking. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Indian way,
Play
the Indian way. We done this shit before, man.
right, man. Kendrick Spears like a motherfucker, man. We were rocking. I felt comfortable, safe. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was gonna swing. If I swing, he was gonna swing. He had to be none of that, but I felt comfortable with brother. You feel me?
Yeah, in a real way. Y'all got any last words? You got some last words before we get out of here?
Oh no, man! I said it, man. We're gonna be landing some more stuff. I'm gonna link up with some other owners and stuff like that, and link so I can streamline all our events together. So we're gonna make it a movie. You know what I'm saying? All the way out to the night.
All the way to under the sun. They trying to be out there on that water too. Say, man, we trying to do the beach highs, and I
Hey,
think, I
on the
think,
cool, really, I can throw throw a little Indian party on the cool type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, we good, man. We safe. The women, y'all safe. We all the security you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't call us Mavericks down here for nothing. But so you ain't got to worry about nothing.
yeah, this the wild wild west down here. We good down here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got home field advantage and everything. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
so we
yeah, man.
good.
Yeah, man. It's all peace, man. It's gonna be a lot of love. Man, y'all come enjoy yourself. Y'all come with the good positive vibes, man. And yeah, man, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. Ain't nobody got no questions?
Hey, shout out to the homie Dane in the super chat in the major
Shout
way.
out to
Say print
Dane,
up one
man.
time.
Shout
What's
out to
up? Hey,
Dane, man. Let me
hey,
know,
look
man.
out, Dane. This my family right here who I was telling you about. Soul food
Man,
vegan
this shit
right
here
here.
good, man. It's
This the
good for the
Man,
homie right
culture,
here.
boy.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna have
ever
to
want to
put
bring
y'all
the
together,
fam through?
Dane.
Yeah, want to bring the fam through, man, let me know. Man, we'll roll out the, you know what I mean? We're gonna roll out the Indian red carpet for you, man, and show love, man. You know, the Indian way, man. And you in anywhere in our territory, man, top will tell you, man, you protected, man. You know what I'm saying? So you anywhere in my area, man, that's how you good. So, yeah, man. So just let Top know, or whenever you in the area, you come by the restaurant, man. Hey, I got some good food for you. You need, I'm also a herbalist too. So if you need anything for the children, any health remedies, anything like that, anything to protect you, anything like that, tap in, man. That's what I do.
In a real way.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for everything, family. You already know.
Man, it's
Uh,
1,000, man. That's what we're supposed to do, man.
Big Shaq, what you got for us before we get out of here?
Oh, peace, man. It's always a nice when you did, man. You and Dane, man, put together a nice bill, man. And all the
Hey,
all
we
the
be looking like we out there in the
Americans
All
on the
Star
panel.
game. Hey, it look like we be
Yeah.
practicing in the gym together every day. How we be working at Rock, huh?
Oh man, boy, I'm telling you, boy.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
Akeem,
Hey,
Elijah,
Top and
one, King
Dame.
the Dream on the court, there, boy.
Hey, Top and Dame, man, if y'all can, you know what I'm saying, if y'all can pull up anything on the, you know what I'm saying, the Attack of Pot East Shaker, Southeast Texas, Louisiana, man, some little bills. I got, you know what I'm saying, if y'all got some dope on that, man, let me know, you know what I'm saying, because these were the, Southeast Texas, Louisiana, these were the first contact, Indians in that area, you know what I'm saying, and my people, that's on my bloodlines, you know what I'm saying.
So
But I did want to ask the brother
Dang
though.
he said appreciate that. He said appreciate you. He gonna tap in with you. So I'll plug
1,000.
y'all in. What you say, Big Shaq?
Yeah, I did want to ask the brother, man. What's his name? Tariq. How you say your name, sir?
Yeah, Talik.
The leak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm up here in DFW every man. I need to tap in with you, man, on some herb tips, man. I've been getting down with the herbs too, but I need some for the vision, man.
Yeah, it's an herb called eyebright. You can go on Sprouts
I
and get
brought.
that. Yeah, load up on
Is
your
it?
ginger. Yeah, you have bad sinuses, don't you? Yeah, sinus
Not
issues.
really, man. Mine was they say it was through with diabetes, but I didn't eradicate the diabetes though. Like I said, I didn't got rid of it, but
Okay.
over the years, you know what I'm saying, she damaged some of them,
Yeah,
blood vessels in the eyes and stuff like
yeah.
that.
You
The
need to
vision.
load up on some eyebright. Load up on sarsaparilla. Also
Hmm.
go to cola. And make sure you load up on your reishi, because that, all this helps with your brain, rebuilding your brain tissue and your eyes and all your cartilage up there. So the reishi helps with that. Uh, 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 yeah, get you some chaga mushrooms too as well. Uh, American Indian ginseng if you can get it. Some American ginseng, and these things, to help strengthen your cornea. Also, any type of mucus, anything like that, to help dissolve the mucus, and the eye bright also helps out a lot with that too.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I just need to know where I can get some potent stuff
Sprouts,
from.
go to
So,
Sprouts Farmers Market.
okay,
Sprouts Farmers
Sprouts.
Market. Yeah.
Okay, they got some good stuff. Okay,
Sure.
that's good.
There's
That's good.
also a lady called Crystal, the alkaline goddess. She has a really good assortment of herbs, and she has something specifically for eyes too called Eye Magic. Along with the mucus buster. Her teas are phenomenal. Engine Gal put me on her, and um yeah, I'm stuck forever.
Was that the
Hey,
girl? Was she on
Talik.
Brother Rich show one
Hey, hold
time?
on, hold on, hold on. Hey, Talik. They said they trying to see
Uh-huh.
what can they get some of them herbs from you from
I know Sprouts. I like to go on some Sprouts Farmers
Nah,
Market.
they trying to see some of your herbs. They trying to tap in with you.
Right,
Oh
We
yeah,
got our, our we
as a
got our
regular,
boy
I
here.
got
There's a few people in the chat.
yeah, I got
They
I
want the
got kelp.
source.
I got kelp. I got chlorella. I got laminaria, oscillarium. Those are different forms of sea moss. A lot of people don't know
Let
about
them
that.
know how they can
yeah.
reach you.
Oh man, follow me at soul_food_vegan, or just tap in. Email me at soulfoodvegan@hotmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Or just inbox me on the gram too as well. You know what I'm saying? I run all my social medias.
What's
You
your
know what I'm
handle
saying?
on the ground?
It's SOUL_food_vegan. And y'all can follow my personal page too, Talik Heru, TALIEK, Heru. You know, I'm gonna take care of y'all, man. Take care of y'all. It's a whole bunch more herbs I can definitely put y'all on. And yeah, the sister who she mentioned too, man. She got some good reputable herbs, man. Tap in with them herbs too. I like teas as well, but I like loading up. I like to try to get at least probably like I try to get people to get like 1,200 milligrams of like sarsaparilla, these different herbs. I like to load them up. You know, teas are really, really good as well. You know what I'm saying? But I would try to get high doses of these herbs in them. You know what I'm saying? Showing people how to, make their food, their medicine too.
Yeah, what you think about the netta tea, the stinking netta tea? I've been using that
Oh,
for
I
the
love it.
kidneys and
Oh,
stuff
I
like
love
that.
it. I love it. But get
And
it in you though.
I'm seeing
I love it.
results.
You drink them
Hmm.
teas in the morning, but you want to take you at least about, I'll be taking about 2,000 milligrams of a nettle, but it's food. You know what I'm saying? So you
Hmm.
got to look at it as food. It's no side effects. So you can drink your tea, of course, but you want to load up
Hmm.
with that nettle in you. You want to get that nettle in you, working in you. You know what I'm saying? Working in your blood. You know what I'm saying? Getting in your GI tract, making sure that nettle gonna make sure ain't no parasites in there. You know what I'm saying? And the nettle is amazing for your immune system. I love nettle, man. It's good for your
Hey, hey,
blood
hey,
pressure.
hey, hey, watch this here, Talik. Just so they don't think you some nigga on the internet spitting. Let them know you've been on how many news stations. Let them know you've been on the news stations and
Oh
all
yeah,
type of shit.
I'm about to get ready to do a TED talk too. I'm gonna tell y'all first. But yeah, Channel 26, Channel 11, all on the local news stations. I got some documentaries. I be working with like Larry June just was out here. I be working with Larry June, Money Man. I'm in some of their little videos. So I'm working with the people, man.
Tell
I
tell 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 them some of the people that done came by the shop, man, to come see you, man.
Oh man, everybody, man.
NFL just had the youngster NFL chopper in the building.
Yeah,
Just
in that, yeah,
talk
was
about
it
some of
in
these
that?
people.
Yeah, NLE choppers, Slim Thug, man, Young Boy that came up here a few times. Man, Sauce Walker, he's always up here. Money Man, that's one of my good friends. I work with him a lot. Who else? It's a lot of little Jeremy.
Hey, hey, that
Finn.
night, that I was up there, me and Geechee, it was a poet. She was sitting outside eating. Her name,
Uh,
yeah, she a poet, cold man. I
man.
ain't say nothing to her, but
I
yeah,
think
she be
Sage.
vibe.
I think Gemini. Yeah, she got a show tonight. I think that's Gemini. I got to bring her some food tonight. Sage Gemini. Yeah, I think she shot a video up here. I let her shoot a video up here. It's a lot, man. All the little man. Who is that? Not Salon. I think not Salon. Salon ain't been up here yet. A lot of
Future
her people. Yeah,
manager.
yeah, future people, Tokyo. That's Tokyo. It's so many people, man. I can't even.
Yeah, so many because he been doing it for a
Jared
while. You know what I'm saying?
Jared Vanderbilt with the Lakers. He flew a nigga out to Dallas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I met Eric to meet Erica Badu. There's so many people, man. They come
Talk
through
to
this.
him about Sabi and them.
Oh yeah, I helped bring Dr. Sabi out here in 2011. I'm real cool with Red Pill, Blue Pill. They helped. What got me started in this like in 20 and like we helped bring him out here in 2011. But before that, my cousin, and this is in my book because I have a cookbook that hit #1 Amazon health book called The Evolution of Soul Food, hit #1 on Amazon, ranked number 150 top 50 150 soul food books in the world. But uh, I have a disease prevention program I created a few years ago. But what got me started was helping my cousin get off schizophrenic medicine, and it was with the help of Dr. Sabi and another holistic practitioner named Dr. Yuma Bellamy. And his doctor was cool with the Eastern approach, and lowered his doses down. I can tell you some of the herbs we utilize: Gotu Kola, lion's mane, reishi. Of course, we changed his diet, loaded him up with sarsaparilla, a lot of red clover, stuff like that. And we lowered it. His doctor was cool with the quote unquote Eastern approach. We lowered his doses down week by week. The third week, he kicked the schizophrenic medicine, which had a 70% suicide rate, which is killing him, tearing his liver up. And he wrote 5 books about it. And that's what really got me started doing this, really going full time. Trying to heal my community, and I also created a disease prevention program through the CPM program. It's the chronic pain management program. There are a lot of herbalists and nutritionists like me that go in there. I have a whole slideshow presentation, break down 50 foods that's banned in 50 other countries that we regularly consume. I do cooking demos, and I also work with. I do healing retreats all over the country too. Just did a real big one in Orlando not too long ago with that crazy girl Ajna Sarai. But I do a lot of work. Styles P. I do a lot of work with Styles P. Trader Truth Zero. Man, a lot of brothers, man. Keysby always come here when he come here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying no packages, but he come here and eat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's love.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
For the brother, Top.
Okay,
All right. For like digestive issues, right?
come
What
on.
is good for Cause see, my daughter had Crohn's. She had one of the worst cases
Okay.
in the
Huh?
country yeah, she was like 12.
Oh yeah.
So this is how long she been dealing with it.
Yes,
Probably
yes,
about
give me a
11
pen.
years. So
Hey,
what's a good
they got
issue?
the juice in the freezer, them too. They got them. Hold on, my bad. Them two juices.
Mm,
Yeah, you bring it to me. Yeah, my bad. So you said
No, you good,
stomach
fam.
issues.
Yeah, like Crohn's. So
So
these shots,
basically,
yeah,
it's basically
mhm.
hard for her to keep stuff down, right?
Yeah, and then it gets inflamed, right? Yeah, so she
Yeah,
had to have
yeah.
like these big shots and everything.
That can turn into lupus if it's not checked. You know what I'm saying? And
So is diet a big part of it? Like what she consumes? Because I tell a lot of
okay,
times like
abs-
you can't eat that
abs- yeah,
because of yada
absolutely.
yada yada.
So
Right.
what she needs is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides
Okay.
is the healthy microbials in your gut. It coats your
Hmm.
stomach, it coats your GI tract. So what she needs is to get some cracked cell wall chlorella. It's a blue green algae. It's going to coat the stomach amazingly.
Hmm.
It's going to call also this simple ginger. Ginger is going to help
Right.
coat that
Right.
stomach amazingly too. But she has to load up on her gut, microbials. So psyllium husk too as well. That's a
Okay.
really also she might have some parasites. So make sure she gets some papaya seeds. If you
Right.
get
Right.
any
Hey,
papaya
and you want to know
seeds.
what the interesting thing is too? Like she love to cook. Like this girl, man, this girl can cook. Like she been doing this since she was like 7 or 8 years old. She was one of the ones. She kind of
Right.
hung around her mama in the kitchen, but that's what she going to school for. She love to cook. So it's kind of it's kind of like a dichotomy. She love to cook, but the food she like to cook, she can't really
You
eat
just
them, or
can't
she
eat it.
hadn't figured
Yeah,
out. Right,
the
right,
food ain't this
right,
food ain't the same.
right,
Right.
right.
Yeah, this food
Can
ain't
I,
the
may
same
I
no
add
more.
something to that with the digestion thing that
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been researching and looking up to?
yeah. Go ahead.
Aloe vera. You got to get you some real good aloe vera juice. It's good for that
Oh, that
digestion
aloe is
too.
amazing, and okra,
It's
man,
amazing. It
and
helps
okra.
settle that stomach. And
Oh
bacon.
man,
Get you
Or the
some
aloe
real
vera.
baking soda, man. Yeah, aloe
Right.
vera juice. Real aloe vera juice or aloe vera gel. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Now I
tell
got
you.
I
Preferably
got
the
a few
juice.
aloe plants around my house. I use aloe like on my skin, but yeah, I
And,
didn't as far as like digest. I didn't know that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
aloe
Okay.
is
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, aloe vera will cure acid reflux.
It's
So
amazing.
Yes.
whatever that medicine
Ah.
is, they
Oh
tell
yeah,
you, hey,
Yes.
don't drink that because
yeah.
it's gonna keep coming back. But the aloe vera, if you drink that, you shouldn't be eating after 7 o'clock at night, maybe like
Right,
6. You shouldn't eat right
right.
before you go to bed. Make the last thing you drink is the aloe vera juice at night, and
Mhm.
the first thing you drink in the morning. And if you have acid reflux
Yep.
Okay.
or like digestion issues, it will cure it in about,
Yeah.
I say, give it
Right.
about 14 days straight.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's really what Crohn's
nothing
is. It's just
solid, nothing
just a
solid before 12 o'clock. Yeah, and
okay.
this make that chlorella is very very important. I love that
It
chlorella.
is.
That chlorella
Yeah.
it coats the stomach amazingly, and
And I would suggest baking soda water too. But be careful because it can, if you drink too
yeah,
much, it will tear up the line in your stomach. So you
yeah,
gotta,
you got
but
yeah,
you can
yeah,
use it. It
yeah.
flushes your
She
stuff out.
no,
It's good.
no, no, she don't. She needs to get her gut flora right. So I know chlorella is one of the main things. And okra, they good old,
Okra,
that
yeah.
Indian,
And since we
that Indian red okra. I love that. I got a whole bunch of that growing in my backyard. But it has amazing them polysaccharides, and like the sister said, the aloe vera. Make sure you
mhm.
get them things. The aloe between the aloe vera, the okra, and the chlorella. It's gonna load her. It's gonna get her gut microbials amazing,
Hmm.
right, and the ginger. Make sure you add that ginger too as well. But also
Okay.
too,
Okay.
uh, she need to do an allergy check. She may have a wheat intolerance, a gluten. I
Right,
don't. I
right,
gotta
right,
check that out. But
right.
too much wheat anyway is not water soluble. It takes a lot to flush out that wheat. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, but yeah, make sure you get those main three things, and her diet. Make sure. I know y'all guys still eat meat. Just make sure try to eat 70. I tell people do 75% fruit. You know what I mean, for the H3O in the fruit. To really hydrate your organs and really so much purified water that you can get is from fruit, and it's the only way you can really clean your lymphatic system with the fruit sugar, and that's what your brain
Right.
operates off of. And if you do eat any type of meat, make sure you have 3 veggies to go right behind it, and like the sister said, make sure you drink a hot tea behind your food, and it helps flush all that. And I want to implore everybody to get some chlorophyll too. Chlorophyll is amazing. It's a cure all. If you
Oh,
have,
absolutely. You don't have to use deodorant anymore.
yeah,
If you're taking that chlorophyll, it's an internal deodorant. You will not have to use deodorant. But if you
So
do,
I
what
try
does
ain't gonna
that do
say that.
for the
I
body?
use baking
Is it like a
soda.
natural incubator?
Say that one time.
Is it like a natural incubator? Because when it you mentioned earlier about how the ancestors was we go in the sweat lodges or whatever, but
Hmm.
the sweat as a natural thing to the body. Because I sweat just naturally. If I put on clothes, that's the only thing I
Yeah,
hate about living here in Florida.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
got a whole
it
bunch.
don't matter. Yeah.
I got a lot of formulas, man. Like with different bushes and stuff that we can, you burn them up in there, and you breathe it in, and you just basically flushing your lungs out. You're flushing your lungs out, and you really breathing in these herbs, and they really clean you out really really good. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes, that decompress the brain. It's a lot of stuff that these herbs do that our ancestors was doing, and also making sure we were staying barefoot. To connect to the Earth's electromagnetic magnetic field. When we do that, it automatically pulls inflammation out of our body.
True, true. That's a download. We ran around, as youngsters down in Mississippi, we ran around sometimes with shoes off, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
but that was the thing, though.
That's what I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna beat you running when I take them shoes off.
Yeah. Oh
Hold on,
yeah. Yeah.
hold on. Let
Yeah.
me take them shoes off. I'm gonna dust your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But yeah, anybody got any more questions?
Somebody said it down in the chat. I think the sister Lolita down there said, do you have any classes?" Like,
I'm putting some stuff together. Real soon. I'm just rebuilding my websites and stuff, and I'm actually about to release my second cookbook too as well, and cookbook, and I'm doing I've been working be working out a lot with these rappers and stuff. So I got a book called Lean and Opioid Detox. So I basically work with them when they're getting off the drink and all this stuff, and I have a smooth process of helping them, helping their GI tract. I work a lot with with their stomach, because the drink or the promethazine really tear up their stomach big time. So whenever they recovering from it, I really have different herbs that offset a lot of those the withdrawal symptoms, and I make it smooth and show them certain things to start doing to help them, properly detox. So, doing some
right,
stuff like
right.
that as well.
So let me ask you something, brother. Because I mentioned that digestive issue with my daughter, but I also had I suffer from ulcer. So are these things hereditary? When we
No,
talk about it like that, and like in a situation like mine, like personally, or is it just at the same time? Because mine came from drinking a lot, right, and
yeah.
not putting food on my stomach. So did by doing that,
You,
did I put on my DNA code? Uh, you
no,
get what I'm saying?
you can always cleanse your cells. So that's why these foods
Right.
I eat cell foods. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's you making, and cells are dying and creating every day. You know what I'm saying? You can see that with your skin. But it does. That's why I was telling about chlorella, and also I love spirulina too as well. These are cell foods. You know what I'm saying? And they work on the cellular level, such as sea moss too as well. And that's how Dr. Saber was able to cure sickle cell by by putting people on whole foods, whole foods are cell foods that make your cells whole. You know what I mean? So You can, and that's another thing. Chlorella, as whenever the Japanese got nuked, it removes radiation out of you. It replenishes, it cleanses your DNA as well too. Yeah, our ancestors used to, our ancestors, a lot of the, our ancestors in South America used to eat chlorella and spirulina, used to make cakes out of it. It's the cure, man. Spirulina is
Wow.
the blue green algae is so powerful. Uh, the 1996 Harvard studies, there's no virus that can live in a test tube with it, even Ebola, HIV, or herpes.
Oh yeah.
Oh
How you
yeah.
spell your name again, brother? The proper
Uh,
spelling of your name?
Taliek.
Taliek. Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
I got one more question for you, brother Talik. Hey, all those things that you just talked about with the herbs, right? They have an essence and a root,
Yeah.
and they need to be hydrated, right? So, can you talk about a little bit about the importance and um, the significance of how important water is to our body?
I mean, yeah, that's why we got to be around trees. The condensation. I mean, it helps our cells move around freely, and and that's why it's important to load up. I mean, most of us need to be consuming fruit. You know what I mean? And that's how the H3O is the really most purest
Mm-hmm.
water that you can get, and you get that from fruit. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's basically your gamma fluids operate off of in your body.
Right. Another thing he right with the digestion, like you can just put cucumbers in water, spring water, man, let it sit. And you can do the okra same thing and drink okra water for that's for diabetes and
Yeah,
for the
yeah, that's
digestion.
the insulin. That's the
Okra water.
insulin water. That's the insulin water.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the insulin.
Listen.
non-raw
Yeah.
stick, non-raw stick suffices for enough insulin that the body needs a day for the day. So that's your plant world's natural insulin, okra.
Yeah. Cinnamon is good too for the blood to keep that
Oh
blood
yeah,
clear and purified. Cinnamon.
oh
See, I
yeah.
use all these things, man, and I got my A1C. My A1C, man, at one point was 13, yo, and it's all the way down to a 5 point something. I'm trying to get it down to a 4 because, like, I just did some more research. 5 is
Yeah.
still too high,
And
really,
see,
for us,
we all Indians, so
and
I'm
they
gonna
don't
talk to
tell us
y'all.
that.
So we all
Hmm.
Indians. I'm gonna talk to y'all the Indian way, man. You feel me? So, and I just gotta keep it a buck with you. It's just the animals getting get back. You feel me? It's
I
the
agree
reason
with
why
that.
our ancestors didn't eat meat
Yeah.
this much the way we ate meat. And if
Nah.
we did, we preyed on that motherfucker because we knew they knew about cancer. See, the Indians over here were the most. We had the most biodiversity. Check out the book Indian Givers. We had the biggest biodiversity anywhere on the planet. The Africans used to send out for us to come heal them. You know what I'm saying? So we had the biggest biodiversity of herbs and plants to any other place on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So we knew the importance of purging them animals and stuff out of us. Our ancestors used to say evil spirits were microscopic beings, aka cancer cells. You know what I'm saying? And the average person beat cancer 7 times and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Mm.
all these herbs got spiritual components to them as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man. And this is some Indian shit right here. Man, I had a friend of mine lost, man, a few people, they get them aggressive forms of cancer, right? Aggressive motherfucking forms. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all done seen it, right? It's aggressive, no matter what the fuck you do. These cancers is going crazy, right? Right? And man, who is this? Is an elder let me know this out in the country, and was
Oh
saying that
shit.
these aggressive cancers is basically certain animals that you done ate. You know what I'm saying? Like these animals have a purpose, and some of these animals are not to be eaten. Certain animals are not to be eaten.
Mm.
Even a chicken, that might be nigga that you ate a certain bloodline of that chicken nigga that wasn't supposed to be eaten, and they not. You know what I'm saying? They got all
Mm.
they got all the right, to wreak havoc on your body for
But you know
consumption.
So
what?
that would tie into the praying over the food, or sort of separating that food for a particular purpose.
See,
Um,
I mean, even if let's be honest with you, praying on even like when we did pray with it, we had a purging too. When we
Right,
ain't eating
right,
nothing.
right,
So
right,
we
right.
we don't really don't
Especially
know how to
flesh.
purge. We don't. Yeah, we don't know how to purge like our ancestors did. We purged that. We fasted on fruits and vegetables. We damn sure did fast. Then we got the herbal steams. You know what I'm saying? And we flushed ourselves, man. There's so many herbal remedies, man, that I got from my ancestors, and that's written down. You know what I'm saying?
And
Man,
that's written on the people biology too, though. To leak, the body tells people to fast, but
yeah,
a lot of us ignore it and feed it. The body
yeah,
tells it. The system, yeah,
yeah,
it's automatically generated. That's a
yeah.
download that's gonna
Mhm.
come automatically. It tells it, but the human mind, through sight and sound, they override it and be like, "No, I'm hungry." But the body tells you you don't need to eat for a couple of days because they do it to me right now. But I've
Well, a
always
lot of
listened to my body.
Well, a lot of people are nutritionally deficient, you know. So your stomach only registers nutrients. Like somebody come to my restaurant, they eat some food, they're like, "Bro, I'm so full. I'm full already," because the stomach's only registers nutrients. So whenever you eat some nutritionally dense food, it's loaded with nutrition. It's gonna send an electrical impulse to the brain. We full whenever your stomach line to get a little past half. Now, whenever you not eating this processed foods, meat, starches, no nutrition, your brain is gonna send electrical impulse. Hey, we full whenever the stomach line is stretching, i.e. the itis. Everybody like, man, we gotta shut down, man, to flush all this bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
gotta
It's
be.
The body
interesting
That's
you
why
said
a
about
lot of
the.
people, like, man, I'm full, but I feel light, and that's my goal. You know, one thing, you want to be full but still be light. You want your food to give you energy. And I always tell people this. I change people's life when I tell them, man, I want you consciously eat your food,
Yes,
see if that
sir.
motherfucker
Yes,
giving
sir.
you energy or taken from you.
Yeah,
So
it's
it ain't
interesting
the
you
same
mentioned about
food.
the animals, right? And certain
Yeah.
animals to eat. It's not to cut you. We get a lot of diseases, and most of them is coming from the animals that we consume and the flesh we
Yeah.
consume because they got the
It's the,
bird flu about. They talking about this super bird flu about the. They talking about the new pandemic coming from UK or something
man,
with these birds and stuff.
let me tell y'all something, man. Everybody eating roadkill, man. Let me
Oh
tell you
God,
why.
you're
I
right.
used to, let me
Carcasses.
tell you, no, for real, everybody eat roadkill, man. My papa, man, I used to gut hogs and eat all it. I used to be gutting all it, the goats, all that stuff with him. You know what I'm saying? I used to be gutting them, and he would cut it open and show me the insides, right? And he'd show me like the little stress hormone. He said, man, that if you kill this animal, and he would always make me sneak up behind the hogs to kill them or the sheep and stuff to kill them. He was like, you don't let them know, you know what I'm saying? And he said, if it busts when they get too stressed, the meat ain't no good. So you look at the
Heard of that.
animals in them slaughterhouses, nigga, they
The
know
chickens too. That's how you gotta kill the chicken too. You gotta
Yeah,
hit them while you ain't looking.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, it's a certain area you got to hit them at. Yeah, when we should
yeah.
slaughter hogs in the country. Yeah, it's a certain area you got to hit them at, or that meat just it ain't no good. Period. Or any
Yep.
wild game, a lot of wild game like that. You got to know what you're doing. That's
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And shoot, I know, like in the country, my people didn't eat crabs either. They say you don't eat nothing that'll eat you. You know what I'm saying? In Liberty, you know what I'm
nah.
saying? But
Nah.
we had so much crawfish, nigga. Them niggas talking that shit, nigga. Them niggas got hungry. They probably boiled them
But it
crabs.
was but it's a little different than the Indians. The Indians that live like more in the interior, that's not really more their thing. But when I look at like in my family, like the coastal people,
No, we
yeah,
on the
because
coast.
that's they,
We on the Gulf Coast. We just had so much crawfish, man. We had some of the biggest
yeah,
crawfish.
that's what we had, crawfish. Yeah,
We had a lot
I
of
ain't know about no
crawfish.
lobster and shit. You had to go down to the Gulf because my people
Ooh,
from
Lord, time,
the
good
upper Mississippi. Yeah, we
Lord,
ain't
time.
crab.
Look,
We ain't.
good time. Goodness gracious, look at God. Oh my God. Lord.
Hey, you ever messed with that conch before? Conch.
I heard about that, man. I know that's on the other side type shit. You know what I'm saying?
And down in the Caribbean, down about the Caribbeans, yeah, down about
Yeah.
the
You know what I'm saying?
Caribbeans and stuff.
Man,
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it, but that's some partners that's from the Bahamas and Jamaicans that they fix their conch salad down there in Florida and stuff like that.
yeah, I'm down here, but I ain't never tried it though. I'm just I'm a native of Mississippi, but yeah, um, like I said, that's a yeah. Nah, but that's part
I
of the
know.
Gulf Coast Indians. That's part of their culture. that's what they ate. I mean, so I mean, the tribes adapted how
Florida,
they. So
Florida, they eat that a lot. I know.
yeah. That's one part of their diet. So but them was some bad motherfuckers, though, man. Them motherfuckers, yeah, they fought the Spanish hard, boy. Them was some bad motherfuckers, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we were fighting the Spanish over here. The Eshak was going at it with the Spanish and the French. My folks, they they were the River Trinity. They were boat makers. My people, my line, they were protectors of the riverways.
Mhm. Yeah, man. That's so it's so important, though, man. We getting out, and I'll say this, because I'm really fairly new to like this internet shit, but just being a traveler, being moving around, man. My grandma been taking me places ever since I was young. Going to see my uncle Slim. He loved them horses up in Chicago. Um, so a lot of things are coming back to me now, and it's making me remember, like, okay, I see the American in it. I see the Indian in it, you know, because I'm looking at it through the genealogy. So a lot of things like that, man. The culture we live it day to day, man, and that's why, man, when brother Top Cat come out and say things like that and connect, man. The boy came the other day, man, and said a teacher is a prophet. I wasn't on it live, but I was listening. But that's one of the most profound things, and I was gonna get to that the other day. A teacher is a prophet. You can't. It's just in you. It's nothing you can try to do on your own. It's just in you. And when you lining up with your calling, but that goes back to being a root. You got to know where you come from and know where you're going. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You got to know where you come from and know where you're
Right.
going. Man, any day, man. It's other than that, you just gonna be lost in this shit. You're just gonna blown about. But you got to know where you come from. And we know where we come from, and that's the American Indian way. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm grateful to the ancestors, man, for waking us up. Now we got to now because we've invited people in so long. We've accepted that. But now when we starting to feel like we're getting ridden out completely. Now it's the great awakening. And we saying, nah, no more. The rightful owners got to stand up. This ain't no internet movement. This ain't no internet movement, man. This shit is deeper than rap. This ain't no internet movement. For all the people that's maybe listening in and just thinking, oh, they internet. This ain't no internet shit, man. This shit is going beyond the internet. We got people on Capitol Hill listening. We got international people in listening. We got Somalis in here listening. We got people from multiple nations. We don't have people in here from, nigga was from Hungary in here listening, trying to drop spill. So they listening to the American, because the American can tell the American story. And that's where we at in this thing, man. So for anybody that think it's a movement, there ain't no movement. It's a transitioning. It's an awakening, man. Walk with us.
Salute to that, brother. Salute to that.
Yeah, that was powerful right there. And I ain't gonna hold
Where
y'all.
you at, Top?
Man, I'm in ACB like a motherfucker.
Hey man, I'm at the avant-garde, man. Going to the spoken word.
Oh damn,
Get
early
one
one
from the
down
governor.
like this. What is it? So he on his way to spoken word. And that
Yeah,
be
man.
every
Brother,
week.
outside, man. Indians got to be outside, man. You got to be outside. That's what, man. That's the beautiful thing about BCU, man. If you in your community, you got any indigenous shit out there, man. You got to be outside. You know that Facebook shit, people posting all pictures and all that glam shit, man. Listen, man. You got to really show the people, man, because they looking, man. Indians be outside. You got to really show it, man. I don't care what anything, man. But we got to be outside, man. Can't be. This ain't just no keyboard shit, bro. We got to be outside with it. Put that shit up. Throw it up. Throw your hood up.
Yeah, we in that area of representation.
Yeah,
I
man.
see that
And
word
yeah.
and accountability, and that's what's been going around. That conversation, that code, an ethnic of an Indian, the Indian way. And so, yeah, I hope people take it in.
brother just came over here and dropped $1 million worth of game. Matter of fact, shit, 10 million. With the health, man. That's right there, man. Come on, man. People pay to listen to lectures like that. People pay thousands of dollars to hear that. And this brother just got on here and dropped it. Boom, 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 boom. In a matter of minutes. Freestyle off the dome. Come on, man. People pay tens of thousands of dollars to go listen to somebody on the stage say what this brother just said. And look at the time frame. Work already over with. Boom. On to the next. Because it's in us. It's in him.
Appreciate that, brother.
That's real talk. It's in him, man. It's in him. It's in you. It's in you.
That's the bad, man. We're gonna get out of here on that note. Leave on a good note. Y'all got some last words?
Man, that's all love, man. Sending y'all love, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Here for y'all.
Hey, Top, you got one more question down there, and sorry, I didn't want to break your wisdom. You got one more question down there. The brother Rodriguez down there.
What did he say?
He say, Luciano Rodriguez. He said, let me ask the herbalist something. He want to speak to the shaman.
He in spoken word right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he in the spoken word. He just listening in. So what I say, yeah, we're gonna get out of here on that note. But yeah, y'all can go and get y'all last will.
Yeah, I just say peace to the people, man. Salute to everybody. All hands on deck, baby. That's my motto.
Peace. Somebody had a question?
Yeah, the brother down there.
Hey, what was your question, Rodriguez?
Luciano Rodriguez. What's your question, fam?
Yeah, it's all good. We'll get it next time. We'll be on not too late.
Already.
And yeah, we'll do it again. Come back with a little more details for Juneteenth. Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
All right, man. Love y'all to life, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all to life too, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Can't wait to goddamn meet up, goddamn. Salute.
Yeah, peace. Love.
I appreciate y'all pulling up. It's been a real one. Yeah, I ain't know this was gonna turn out like this. Instant classic. Uh, instant classic like motherfucker, man. I'm finna get some ice cream. But shout out to Dane. Shout out to Miss Aboriginal Turtles. Shout out to everybody that put up in the chat. Um, shout out to hold on. Shout out to Open Knowledge. Shout out to OG on Born Hill. Shout out to Creekside Yellow. Shout out to Dog Chief 305 in the cash app. Appreciate their love. And tomorrow, Sister Rhonda, so I'll probably see y'all Friday. We'll tap back in Friday. Y'all be cool, like y'all be cool, man. Love y'all. That's my time. Gone.